apparently.
This is a Botcast, a Botheads Fantasy Football Podcast, and I'm going to call it Sunday morning shenanigans because we uploaded on Sunday, right? Someday we'll be able to fucking live stream and it'll be Saturday night shenanigans, but for now we're going to call it Sunday morning shenanigans. And today we have a great fucking show for you guys. We have a few articles that we're going to talk about, mostly Deshaun Watson and some stuff happening around the league. I've got a bunch of players we're going to talk about for tomorrow and how we feel about them. And then we're going to get into the weird shit. We're going to talk about whatever the fuck we want, pretty much, So that'll be fun. So to get started, what are we going to start with? Oh, yeah, we're going to start with... Oh, wait, should we do some introductions? Randy, how you doing tonight, dude?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Josh, how you doing?
Oh, I'm hanging in there.
Good. Mike, you? How
I'm
you doing?
vibing.
That's good. A little bit intoxicated, but we're going to have a great time, dude.
Yeah, I'm
Stoned
sitting
as
here
fuck.
drinking on some whiskey. I love Saturday nights, just waiting for football tomorrow, and
Fuck yeah, dude.
it's a fun time. Season's coming to an end.
And I'm so beyond excited to get Deshaun Watson after having him for a year and a half. I finally get to put him in a game. I am so damn happy, Josh. Thank you
Hey,
again
man,
for
the
the advice. And tomorrow it's
first
gonna
round
pay
pick and
off.
Zach Wilson is looking nice, man, for
Oh
real.
yeah.
That's looking like a first round pick, and
Just a first round pick.
yeah,
That's
first round pick. There it is.
Josh is pretty
So,
good at the advice sometimes with that.
sometimes, what was that other advice he told you that literally screwed your
Oh,
season over in Botheads?
I traded for Joe Mixon and he never came
Sometimes he
back.
gives the
It was
best
2 years
advice,
ago.
and sometimes he gives the not very good advice. But
I traded Zeke for it.
sometimes your advice is great. Same with me though, and everyone. But
I also told you to start Antonio Brown.
that worked out for everyone though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it sure did.
All right, let's get into the shit. So I read this article. If the NFL had its way, Deshaun Watson return would be on hold. So they're trying to say that if they had its way, then he wouldn't return in week 11. And their whole like long-winded thing, I'm not going to read this fucking article, but they're basically saying that because the lady that did the original arbitration gave him 6 games, that they couldn't just suspend him for the whole season. So they just had to conveniently make it an 11-game suspension, 11 games, and he gets to go play in Houston for his first game. Like, come on, man. Is anyone buying this? Like,
11
honestly?
games, a nice round number. It seems like a standard suspension. I don't see any violation of anything by the
It's
NFL.
almost like
I
it's
don't
like
know.
a movie, right? He gets to go back to Houston and play him. It's
Oh,
like
yeah, I'm sure the NFL won't make a bunch of money, right, Mike?
this is TV
Yeah.
shit right here, what we're seeing. Like that's a
Bullshit.
drama, you
I'm
know?
sure that the NFL didn't already get its way.
Oh,
Like,
it
what
got
do they
its
mean
way,
if it
dude.
had
It's
its
gonna make
way?
so
Like,
much money off
Uh,
Yeah, the
Deshaun
Browns have
Watson in
4
Houston.
wins.
Did you guys get
Right.
the story where some of the victims are going to be at this game?
I know, and it's just so tragic for them.
Can
But
can we
they're
stop
gonna go
for
to
right?
his
Can we
first
stop
game.
right there? He. If you're a victim of what they're accusing him, would you want to ever see this man again? Like,
I mean,
there's
maybe it's like turn the other cheek type thing, and they're just there to forgive him and root for him. Maybe we
I
got
want to
some new
read this.
Browns fans coming.
I want to
that's
read this comment.
insane.
I thought this comment was very good. My original comment was removed. Yeah, probably. I guess the moderator couldn't handle someone exposing the absurdity of this article. The fact of the matter is that the NFL could have punished Deshaun Watson for as long as they wanted. After the NFL overruled Sue Robinson, they appealed the case to an arbitrator. They had handpicked the NFL, or the reason the NFL didn't suspend Deshaun Watson for a full season is because he would have filed a lawsuit. Yeah, no shit. And they would have gained
100%.
discovery into Jerry Jones, Robert Kraft, Daniel Snyder, and all the other twisted shit that's going on in the NFL, because we all know that that's just corrupt as fuck. So yeah, I really like this. I wish I could like it, but
Dan Snyder's
I'm
been
not
blackmailing
signing
him
into
for
Yahoo
a
to like
while,
it.
apparently.
Yeah, with John Gruden and all that shit too. Yeah.
Does
So I
Yahoo
just
still have a fantasy page?
I
Yeah,
don't
I think they
know.
do.
I guess they have a
Never
sports
played it.
page. Oh, daily fantasy, NFL fantasy. Yeah, they do.
That's crazy. That's like one of the first things I used for it. But it feels like
I
something
just
now.
saw this article on Twitter, I think, and I was like, what the fuck? And I clicked on it and I was like, this is such a joke.
What
Like
is
they
their
made it
fantasy
11
like?
on purpose. I don't know.
I've never used it before.
I did
Only ever.
I was in that 14 team league with you, Randy. Remember that? Where we did like shared a team with Pete and Chief and all them. That was on
Oh,
Yahoo. It's the
yeah.
only league I've ever done on Yahoo. So
That was in my younger
never done
days.
one
I think
either.
I got blackout drunk and
and I had to draft the team by
drafted
myself.
the whole
Yeah.
team. Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of lame. So,
Didn't you say they were corrupt in that league? Like Chief was trading or something
oh,
like that?
Pete was trading shit and winning the league with bullshit trades with his brother. And every trade that I would make that was fair, they would fucking veto it. And every trade that Pete would make would go through because it was his league and all of his butt buddies. So,
That's pretty crazy. I wonder
if
if a
that
lot of
fat
people deal
motherfucker ever
with
sees this, fuck you, Pete. So, go ahead, guys. Take a
I
drink now.
wonder
Sorry,
I
boys.
wonder if a
And while
lot
you're
of
at it,
people
fuck you, Chief, for
deal
calling me
with
for a
collusion in
Facebook
their
post.
leagues.
Yeah, fuck Chief too. Sorry, go ahead, Randy.
I just wonder if a lot of people deal with collusion and shit in their leagues. It doesn't seem like it should be a very common thing, but like it's
Yeah.
just crazy. It's so fucked up. It just ruins the whole league. The very first time, my first memory about fantasy football, I was a kid, and my dad was like some guy from work, and we just like all made a team, like my brothers and my dad, and like we had our own teams too. And the guy that was running the league after the fact, I was like 12 years old or something, like 13 years old, and he would take out the players like that
Oh, you've
scored
told me this, I think. Yeah.
and put him on the
What?
bench so that he would like win and
It
be
was
a
before the internet, man, because I was like this too. When my first fantasy experience was with Matt, and I was like super young like that. And you would have to write down all of your player stats and do your own fucking math because somebody was going to be at their house collecting all the stats somewhere. And they, you know what I mean? Like they were going to figure out all the games and let you know. So if you wanted to know on Sunday if you won or lost, you had to literally do the math yourself. Like it's
or talk
crazy.
to like the commissioner used to do all the thing to see who wins
Yeah.
and loses and stuff. But
I
Literally
remember I
just a
was like
dude with a
12 years old.
calculator.
I had a fake team. I remember at like 12 years old, Matt like had his team and we would watch like NFL prime time after the games, you know, and he'd be like, oh, I got to see how my players did. And I would have like a fake little team. I'd write down players that I liked and pretend I had a fantasy team and I was like 10 or 12 or some shit. The same kind
yeah,
of
it's
thing.
crazy how big it's gotten. It's just because of technology and the cell phone. It's just evolved. You can just sit there and pick teams and stuff all day. Like,
All right. It's
We
definitely.
used to do it in a newspaper.
I remember
Yep.
hearing that about Tammy and Chuck doing that shit, dude.
Hmm.
I seen
Tammy
old
was in charge of it
pictures.
all, right? And she would do all the numbers for everyone, and then she got paid like $50 or something, which was not fucking worth it. Like every
Yeah.
week you got to compile all the stats, and at the end of the year you get $50.
You
Like
got 70 cents an hour.
yeah,
I
if that, like 10 cents an
Yeah.
hour, brother.
My grandma did it, and she asked me to draft. I told her Randy Moss. It was in 2003 or something, and she went out and bought a fucking GameCube with Madden so I could fucking play because I helped her win.
Oh, she
That's my
won.
first experience. Yeah, she
Oh,
won the whole
yeah.
year, and like I think they had like a big board or something like that going
Pat did
on.
that for Botheads one year. He had a big board. Remember that, you guys, Randy and
Yeah, and we
Josh,
got
when we were in it
stickers and
before?
shit.
That was like fucking 7 years ago or something. But yeah, we had stickers, the whole spiel. We got a big board. It was kind of lame.
Wasn't that the
So
year
much better on the computer.
Cole drafted AB in the first round and immediately tried to trade him?
Yes.
Drafted him like the second overall pick. Like
I don't
And
know.
tried
One
to
year
trade
Swan
him
got
to
Zeke and
for
AB.
Swan for Le'Veon Bell or something.
it was like a pick later. Swan drafted Le'Veon Bell. I was like, what do you want for Le'Veon Bell, bro? I'll give you AB. I'm just like, oh my God, get me out of here. Speaking of AB though, dude.
Oh
boy.
yeah.
Conflicting reports emerge on Antonio Brown's police standoff after arrest warrant. So, Josh, you put in the group chat, AB was in a standoff with police, and that shit would have been so hilarious to talk about today.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it seems like that shit's not true. So.
Wasn't that a sleeper?
I put a heart
Yeah, it was
emoji
a
on it.
sleeper. Dude, we got to have Swan on. Dude, should I ask Swan to be on
Can't
the
stand up
podcast
against
next week?
sleeper updates. They can
So
just.
he can tell us about sleeper updates and how fucking shitty they are.
He's probably banned again for standing up against
Dude.
the fake news.
The
for
mainstream
AB.
fucking corporate press of sleeper, dude. They're the fucking corporate press of fantasy football.
Swan's gonna figure out a way to run sleeper one day.
No, he's gonna make his own sleeper. It's gonna be called a Waker. And we're all gonna be on it. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, it turned out that he didn't. I just love Antonio Brown. I wanted to talk about him, so this is an excuse. What do you guys think?
Look how cool that chain is, dude.
I mean, let's
Wow,
zoom in
I
on
just
that
think
bitch, right?
I just think it's crazy that sleeper
Reported
said
that?
Yeah, reported it.
That was insane.
You can't just say
I'm
that.
at work.
Right there, like, I mean, you can, but
Yeah, I saw Josh's thing, and then I saw the sleeper update. So I was like, "What the fuck?"
I hearted the message
You can only
in the
dream
chat.
so high, dude.
You're
I was
right.
hoping
That would
for
have been
something
such great
tragic.
content for us, dude. Imagine a video of Antonio Brown in a standoff with police we'd be playing right now. Oh, it'd be so
dude, if he
great.
shouted us out,
He's got a fucking riot shield.
God
It's
damn it.
fantasy football.
Throws up the deuce like Tyreek
Swinging
Hill.
around his fucking massive
Fuck.
fucking schlong, dude.
He does have a massive fucking schlong from that video. It's
Apparently, our boy is gonna
It's
get.
Mike's most watched video of all time.
yes. It's actually my background on my phone when you
Every
open it. It's
morning
just
he
him
wakes up.
fucking stroking, dude. And I'm like,
Sadie's
oh.
like, Mike, can we finally have sex? Like, no, I'm busy jerking off to fan.
When you
Matt's
look
just-
like
he's
Antonio
just
Brown,
dildoing himself to it. In the bu-
he actually has to
Oh,
wear
no,
an
Josh.
AB jersey before.
He's got it
Anyways.
fucking taped up on the wall, just backing up on it.
If I win Jersey League, can I sign Antonio Brown the week before and then get his jersey or not?
Absolutely,
fair?
dude.
Nice, dude.
So it can be any
It's the
player.
only exception, dude.
I don't
Nope.
think so.
He has to
It's just fun.
contribute at least a point to your team.
Damn it. So I can't get an Antonio Brown jersey, Randy.
What
Look at
about
this
OJ
man.
Simpson? Would that apply? Could we get an OJ jersey?
So apparently our boy is gonna get arrested soon. So that's the news.
I
Yeah,
can't
dude.
wait.
He'll be in those bumblebee stripes again, except it's black and white, dude.
Good,
Welcome to
good shit.
prison.
And then I got this
Dude.
little fun piece. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Randy.
No, it's prison fantasy football league. I bet you do
Dude.
really good in prison.
He's gonna school Henry Ruggs in fantasy football in prison,
Henry
dude.
Ruggs, AB, and fucking Aaron Hernandez. What an offense you could have, dude.
If real life was like the longest
Plexico
yard,
Burris, dude.
Minus Aaron Hernandez, obviously.
Back from the grave.
He'd be leaving us hanging.
Oh
Nice
shit.
dude. All fake. Oh no, what did I do? I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to mention this because I thought it was hilarious. The Broncos, they put a linebacker nobody's ever heard of, and I've literally never heard of this guy. Some guy named Singleton on their promo with the Ravens instead of Lamar Jackson. So
it's really not just a meme.
no, it's not. It's getting brutal in Denver. Dude. Like I don't know the exact. Like we looked a little bit about his contract before this, but we don't really know, you know. And like
It was
if they can cut him, I think.
156 guaranteed.
But they already paid 125 of it, right?
I think so. After, yeah, it
If
was
they
for
had to pay
signing.
125 million guaranteed up front, and he was only guaranteed 156 million, there's a semi good chance this motherfucker's gonna get cut this year.
I
Who
hope
is
so.
this?
Oh
Does it,
man.
be honest, you guys. Did any of
No.
you know who this guy was before this?
No.
I hate the Broncos and hate watching their games.
I hate the Broncos too, and I haven't had to watch a single one of their games this year.
You know what I hope more than
They don't have
anything?
anyone
I haven't played the
else.
Chiefs yet once.
They don't have anyone else to put on besides this guy. Like,
I hope he starts at quarterback.
Oh, they got
And here comes Singleton in. He's out playing Lamar.
well, he's
It's
better than
insane,
Russ,
boy.
dude. That's for sure. Like, honestly, it
Like,
can't
no,
be
they're,
worse.
they're showcasing their new quarterback, dude.
Time for Trevor Simeon or whoever their backup is, dude.
No, they're
They're
gonna
gonna come out
switch
and be like, I don't
places.
know,
He's in
our-
Chicago, dude.
Yeah, Simeon played in
Who
Chicago.
is their backup?
That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head.
Ripien or
Yes.
whatever.
That's it.
Sucks.
Hey
No,
guys,
literally, this guy.
Russell
Oh,
here.
no.
Yes, the typical boring. Yes, Russell, the robot Russell, the one you guys
Low
love to
energy
know.
roast roast.
Real exciting. You know,
Low
I'm real
energy.
exciting. But anyways, everybody has to have an alter ego, right? And I've been thinking about what my alter ego would be, and I think I have an alter ego. His name's Mr. Unlimited. Yeah, you gotta be unlimited. You know, you gotta have a thought process of being unlimited. So when people ask you, you know, what you're thinking about or what you want to do in life or where you want to go, you gotta be unlimited. Tell them I'm unlimited. You know what I mean? So when they ask you, sir,
I can't take it anymore.
Do you ever just want to hit someone with a bat?
Not ever more in my life than right now.
He sounded like a alien trying to fit in with human beings in that video. That's exactly what that came off to as me. That was
If I was the
fucking wild.
Broncos, I would cut him. It's
Mama
like I
said-
would put up with it if he was good, and I thought he was good. I did. I thought he was good. He won a Super Bowl, you know, like
So
he
I
had
love
the
how in the
better
article-
weapons and everything was or as good of weapon. Everything looked good for him in Denver, like a good ass defense, good weapons, good everything, right? What? How is he so bad, you guys? Like,
Mr.
honestly,
Unlimited.
is he just
On-
bad? Is
On
he,
this
is
same
Pete Carroll
article,
the
it
fucking
says
man?
Subway pulled his sandwich from their menu.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
Unlimited doesn't always have to just be good. He can be like
Unlimited
ultimately
Yeah.
bad. You know what I mean? Like he can,
Unlimitedly bad.
he's just Mr. Unlimited. He can do anything, right? I don't think he knows what the word means even.
He's
Lamar versus Alex Singleton. Well, let's ride, boys. Let's ride.
let's ride. Broncos Nation.
Yikes. All right. I got some tweeter I want to go to now, and that will lead into our players we're going to talk about. So, first thing I have to show you guys, I don't know if you've seen this. This is Leonard Fournette discussing my boy Rachaad White. So this is very important to me. So let's watch this.
We got the young boy, Rachaad White, my little bro, man. He's doing a tremendous job this season. You know, some people say we're a good
I
one.
thought he gave him flowers.
Whatever
like
the
he
case
loves
may
him.
be, man. Keep doing
I
your
read that
thing.
the first time.
On this play, we have like a trap play to the left.
He gave Rachaad
First, we're gonna
White
start out with
flowers.
the incredible job the O-line did. Then Julio Jones,
Look at this block by
Goes
Julio,
down.
by the way.
and
crazy.
cracks. I mean,
Ah.
knocked the life out of Grant.
Oh,
Grant
We
Delpit
worked
got
out this year. I ain't
fucked.
have a chance to play this year yet, but you was on your ass right there,
All
Grant.
right,
So
Leonard, I'm on
you
your
owe me
side
some
for
money
that.
probably, bro.
Right.
And
You lost,
Rachaad,
motherfucker.
man,
Get
he's
outta
just
here.
running the ball, man, doing a great job right now. Wide open lane, 35-yard run to give the team the boost, everything we need, man.
Only a
Long
35-yard
season,
run versus
Rachaad has
Cleveland.
the chance to be a great back, man. He's running, catching, blocking. He's doing everything right. He's smart. You know, I'm there with him firsthand each and every day. He's
Suck
asking
that dick,
questions.
Lenny.
You know,
Suck
some
that dick,
things he
boy.
might see differently. I might help him
He's
with and
basically
things like that.
giving
But
him
Rachaad,
flowers.
keep doing your
Is that
thing.
what that means?
I see you tomorrow at practice.
he's giving him dome instead of flowers.
So
We got the young boy.
I guess the
Rachaad.
big question is what's going to happen tomorrow? Because I did see they were going to go with the hot hand or whatever. Is it Rachaad's White job? Like honestly,
I
or do you guys
literally
think
think
Lenny's going to
that's
get
a
worked
way
in
to
more than we
say-
think?
I
It
think
looks
it's the way
like
to say
it's
it's Lenny's
Rashad.
job. I mean, Rachaad White's job.
I agree, because they're not just gonna be like, yo, Lenny, deuces, you know?
Like you
They're
get
gonna ease it onto him, dude. Spit on it a little bit.
Fuck him in the ass. You know how I feel about Rachaad White, so
He just looks better, man.
I agree.
And he's
He
getting
looks
like
so
under
good,
2
man.
yards per carry some games.
Well, first up from last week, I wasn't on the last couple shows. Congratulations, Josh. And
You can call me
Dingleberry.
Dad. You can call me Dad.
All right, Dad. Congratulations, Pop. And man, Rachaad White was tearing it the fuck up on Sunday last week. That was incredible to watch. It was like your predictions were completely right from the start. You
Making
I love
looked
him.
terrific.
Since I see him in
Making these
Arizona
late-
State.
Season
Sorry.
moves, man. The running backs are fresh.
Yep.
Like
That's
they're
what I was
ready to
thinking,
go.
too.
They're ready to they're like beginning season rookie, like not playing a lot, you know, and now he's like ready to go. He's got fresh legs. Like Lenny's ran how many more 100 times than him, you know what I mean? It's like I think they're
Yeah,
still
he
gonna
just
use
looks
him.
good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lenny will get like probably 12 carries or something, you know. That's my prediction. My prediction is like
Maybe more.
8 to
yeah.
12 carries is what I think. 8 to 15 maybe.
Yeah.
But I think Rashad's going to get as many carries and all the passing game work. And that's where it's like,
Mhm.
it's probably going to be like, we're going to play Lenny one drive. We're going to play Rashad one drive. But every third down, when it's Lenny's drive, we're going to bring Rashad in. You know what I mean? So eventually he's going to get 60-ish% of the snaps compared to the 40 of Lenny is what I think is going to happen. But
You
who
can do
knows?
so much with 60% snap share.
I know.
Mhm.
And a lot of backs do a lot with 60%. And I believe in his talent. So that's
If
where I'm
DeAndre
at.
Swift gets 60%.
I know.
He's
And I
gonna-
think he might. And we're going to get to that, Randy. So
I'm excited.
All right, we're going to talk about this next, and it's going to be a quick one, I think. But considerable doubt Beckham returns this year. There was a video, and I should have got it. I'm so dumb, dude. There's a video of him walking, and he's limping like real bad. And I guess you're going to take my fucking advice for it, unless I can find it real quick. Hold on. I think I can actually find it pretty quickly. Oh, this guy tweets too much. Fuck. Why does this guy tweet so much, dude?
Uh-huh.
Jeez.
Here it is, right here. Look at him walk. This is Odell. He's walking so slow. This dude tore his ACL, the same ACL twice in 18 months, you know?
Mm-hmm.
As much as I believe, I hear that it's an easy tear, like a clean ACL tear, it's still like,
He's a freak of nature, but an ACL tear. I mean, the Super Bowl realistically was not that long ago for an ACL tear.
Sorry, OBJ, I ruined your fucking career, dude.
so
Yeah,
he's,
Josh.
yeah, right. Well,
That
that's
was
another-
brutal, bro.
he's 29, so he'll be 30 next season, right? What can we hope for from him? Like, honestly.
I'm done
I
with him.
don't know, man. I don't even know if I want him anymore.
I was thinking about cutting. I have Mike Boone on my IR right now in Dingleberry. Should I cut Mike Boone or should I cut Odell?
Uh,
The
Mike,
Broncos having
I
no
don't even
fucking
know.
running backs.
Latavius
You
is
know what
the
I
only one
mean?
they're using. Yeah.
That's what I mean. I kind of want to keep Mike Boone. I think there's more, and he could actually help me this season when I'm trying to win
Yeah.
a championship. You know,
near the
not
end,
that if I'm starting Mike Boone, unless he like really proves me wrong, I'm fucked anyways. But
Yeah.
yeah, but
This
there's
rate,
still a
if you
scenario where it
have,
could happen.
yeah, it could
Mhm.
happen. But at this rate, if you have OBJ on your team and you're a playoff team, are you ever going to start him anyways? Is he
No.
ever going to make your lineup?
but maybe
Because-
next year, you know,
Yeah, in a dynasty for
But
sure.
if
I
he's
could
still
see.
like, if you for next year, you
it
wanted
is
him to
dynasty
play
I'm
this
talking
year.
about.
Okay.
Agreed. I agree. Well, it's
You not
Dingleberry, you know.
you not seeing him this year is not gonna leave a good taste in your mouth for next year.
And now I'm gonna hold him through the whole fucking off season
It's
with
just
the
a
people
roster
coming off
spot,
my
I think.
taxi and everything. You know what I mean? It just it's
Mhm.
starting to feel like just a roster spot.
Unless he comes back and pops, and then you could sell him.
Yeah, I guess. But I've got
Just
so
get him
many
by a
receivers. in
30 over
league.
receiver.
That's the question. I
With an
mean,
18 ACL.
I'm just trying to look at it from every angle. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't get him. I'm probably done with Odell myself.
He just looks so bad right now, and I know he could get better, but he's not getting any younger. You know, so just want to go over that
More
real
of the
quick.
name, I think, than anything. If you can get something out of him. So Odell Beckham.
I don't think I can make this big. Let's see what I can do here.
I'm
So
so high on him.
Swan
Me
sent
too,
me
bro.
this,
That's
and
from
he wanted me. Oh no, there's no sound. He told me that this is the only context he sent with it. If we did this, Randy would lose on purpose. That's what he said.
11 times. I'm literally to the point where I'm trying to get kicked out and they're not kicking us out. Could you just like kick me out? If no one kicks me out, I'm gonna keep having to hit this.
Bro, do it. Just keep getting high, bro.
Could you kick me out?
We have registered self-checkout.
No, could you like kick me out of the store? Could you please like kick me out of the store?
Customer service, please.
I gotta go to customer service for that. How's it going? They told me to come to customer service for help to get kicked out. I've been walking around smoking this in here, getting high as
Oh, we don't
fuck.
care if you smoke it.
So I can smoke weed in here all I want.
Yeah, literally. We're literally so chill.
What is going on, bro? No one's gonna kick me out. I have hit this.
Oh,
Dude, imagine
That's if
that being
Randy
the
ran a
punishment, though.
store.
You got to go to Walmart or Lowe's, any store, and just get high as fuck in the store till they kick you out. I mean,
They kick my
Randy would
dumb
probably
ass out,
lose on
though.
purpose. Randy was
Randy's-
being bot heads the first round, like trying to draft fucking Deshaun Kaiser or some shit. Like,
He's on a taxi somewhere. He's on a practice squad somewhere. It counts.
Colt McCoy's his first pick. Like,
Josh,
like, I just wanted to get high at Lowe's, bro. So I thought that was funny, and I wanted to bring it up because Swan sent it to me.
I
and
have
thought it was
that
cool.
thing that he
That-
has too, except for mine's black and not the white one.
The
And yours is a
trophy
little bit
smack
bigger, I
thing
think. But yeah.
that
No, it's the same
uploaded
exact
is the
thing.
same one that got our belt.
Really?
Yeah, that's where our prestige belt came from.
That's
It's
who,
Spot. They're the one. Yeah, that's the one I think
We'll go ahead
we
and
bought
hit
it
him a
from.
follow then. That was kind of a fun video, but I want to talk about this, and this will kind of lead us into like actually talking about fantasy football finally. Sorry. But Lions coach Deuce Staley says that this is the best running back DeAndre Swift has felt in a few weeks. He's starting to feel better. He's starting to see it. So leading into this, and I'm going to get us a new share here. DeAndre Swift. He hasn't been playing a lot of snaps lately, as you guys all know. 16, 31, 31, 34, and it's been breaking my heart a little bit. He's got Jacksonville this week. He's feeling the best he's felt before. How confident are you guys starting DeAndre Swift this week?
I'm liking it a little bit. I like the confidence that they're giving you, the reassurance that he's starting to get back to normal. And I think the Lions have a little bit of they have an avenue where they could make the playoffs. And if you have an avenue where you can make the playoffs, I think you want to start your best players.
I like that.
like
I'm
my take
on
too.
board with starting him because I did the Williams thing and I'm not doing that ever again. So DeAndre Swift it is.
I love the
So-
8 targets. Sorry, go ahead.
Look,
Randy.
No, that's huge in a redraft. You want to start him, but you have to lower your expectations. Like he's not going to be what you drafted him at right now. Like he could step up, but your expectations can't be that. In a dynasty, you can't like expect him to be running back 1 right now. Numbers they're just giving the ball to Jamal Williams a shit ton. But if you want to flex him, if you're expecting 10 to 20 points, I think that's fair to just starting him as like your RB2
Yeah,
is hard to do. You know what I mean?
I agree. I'm doing it though.
Oh yeah,
Same.
yeah. It just feels you have to do it either way, I think, but it just feels way worse in
I just have 4
redraft.
receivers I'd rather start, but yeah, I hear you.
Would you
I
start him
mean-
over Miles Sanders?
Yeah, I would.
I
Miles
would.
Sanders is too boomer bust for me.
Yeah.
I like Miles Sanders, don't get me wrong.
But that's
Swift
like
has a floor.
running back 2
He
area.
has an
What is it?
8-point floor with a 16% snap.
He has an
percentage. It's insane.
8-point floor with no snaps and being injured. You
Well,
know
that's
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying
Like,
though. Like he's like you can start him over some RB2s,
imagine if he
man.
gets 60% snaps.
Look at his.
He's
Green
getting
Bay
30
game.
and scoring 10. If he got 60, like,
You see his
Would-
Green Bay game? What he did with
yeah,
5 targets.
I
Or
would
4
start-
targets and
4
2
targets.
carries.
I would start
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift over Alvin Kamara, dude, this week.
Dude,
Oh yeah. same.
remind me before, because I want to talk about all these players. Somebody remind me before we're done with this podcast. We're talking about that fucking trade in Dingleberry. Just saying.
It's time.
Oh yeah. I
Any
saw that.
but any last words on Swift or?
He's awesome. And I can't wait for him to be sweet next year.
I love you, DeAndre.
I'm ready for him to be good this year.
On to Josh's boy. And I say that kind of as a joke, but yeah. AJ Dillon.
Add
He had a
me to
good
the
week
list.
last week though,
Oh, there
dude.
it
He scored a
is.
touchdown. He only had 8 carries though, so it's still a little concerning, I'd say. But like you say, Josh, it's just getting a little colder. The snow's starting to fall. Maybe it's time for the big back to do his thing.
They
So
were
my
behind
question is,
quickly in
how
that game.
confident are we in starting AJ Dillon? Basically, all my questions are, how confident are you in starting this player? So how are we feeling about AJ Dillon, dude?
No. I
No?
got him in Dingleberry. I was happy what he did last week, but he did it on my bench because of all the other performances. Josh
it's
might
not
be
his
onto
fault he's
something.
on
Got
your bench.
Chicago.
I know,
you
no,
know?
it's not his fault. What I'm saying is I didn't start him because of the previous games.
So would you start him
wouldn't
this week
either.
against Chicago? You wouldn't either, Randy?
I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't have started him last week.
Oh, well, yeah, I agree with that. I think we all agree with that, though, right? Or maybe not.
I would start
I
him this
think
week
so.
though, 100%.
I think I'm
Why
What
not,
about this
dude?
week, Randy?
I wish he wouldn't have
ETN
scored a
over him.
touchdown and had like hidden yards.
But he had
or
8
catches
carries for
instead.
64 yards, too, you know? 4 targets, which is out of the fucking norm, but he's had 4 3 times now, so. I don't
He's
know.
one of those guys too that's only playing one more game in the next 2 weeks. So
True.
if you have him, you have to start him this week. And if
I would
use
start him this
you're
week.
using him in the playoffs.
Chicago's got like the 31st ranked rush defense. Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers just got a bruised up abdomen. He's got a broken thumb. He's beat up.
But he's going to the Milwaukee Bucks game with some hot chick, though, so he's got that going for him. Sorry, go ahead. I'm drunk.
He's the GOAT though.
I
But
love Aaron Rodgers.
Jones, man.
But he's banged up, dude. Aaron Jones is the man. He's the guy there for sure. But I don't
But
think that AJ Dillon could definitely be like a complimentary back, man.
I 100% agree.
Couple of goal line touchdown, maybe. I could see a realm where he gets 13 rushes for 70 yards and maybe falls in the end zone once or twice.
Yeah, but
Maybe he
that's
gets
what I
2
thought all
targets.
season, and he
3
just
targets, maybe, yeah.
But now he's
He's
playing the
bad.
worst defense with a banged up Aaron Rodgers.
Coming off a good game, too, you know? And I think they are going to try to run the ball a lot. And if they do, they're
Getting
going to run both running
cold.
backs.
Aaron Rodgers has a broken thumb. Like,
I might be a little biased because I did win a championship with a team name of Kareem with Chubb. But I think you can start 2 running backs on the same team, you know? Especially if they try to run the ball a lot.
I thought
Williams
these guys
and
were going to be
Swift.
like that. I thought Jones and Dillon were going to be the guy that you could start too this whole season, but
Me too.
I just
But-
feel uncomfortable. I feel the very likelihood that he can just get 7 points and be like, "Fuck, he got 7 points again."
yeah,
It's
and
possible.
that's fair. It's fair to feel that way with what he's given you this season. I'm just optimistic in a turnaround.
I think he was my biggest disappointment for when
One
we
of
did
mine.
that.
Kyle Pitts, though. It's
Yeah,
gotta
Kyle.
be.
Yeah, Randy hit the nail on that one too when he said it.
Any last words on AJ
He's a
Dillon's
big
giant
boy and
thighs?
he runs freaking hard, man. I like him as a running back. I just want it to translate to fantasy football.
Same,
I
and
think he
especially for
could
Dynasty.
keep me afloat in bot heads this week.
I think I'm more on Josh's side, but I can definitely see where you guys are coming from. Legit.
And I think it's fair too.
Me too. 100%. I think both sides of the argument are fair.
I'm
so.
not saying don't start him. It just makes me nervous to
Mhm.
start him.
All
Yeah,
these
fair.
literally I tried to look at every player that makes me nervous to start and put them on this list. So this
Yeah,
one
I
and the
know,
next one.
yeah, I didn't know about him, but they're all giving me anxiety. Every
I
name
went
that
through
pops
the
up, I'm
league.
like,
I
oh, no.
literally went through every game and I was like, who is like really on the fringe? You know what I mean? I just want to talk about like every fucking fringe player. So that's what we're doing. So the next person is Chase Claypool, who's also very fringe. And I know he hasn't been great since coming to Chicago, but with Darnell Mooney going on IR, he's probably going to be the number 1 unless Equimania St. Brown is the guy, which whatever. But as you can see, he's gained snaps every week. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. 35 to 67% snaps. Coming in this week, no Darnell Mooney. The most snap share he's had as a Bear. Should I be excited about Darnell Mooney or should we pump the brakes? What do you guys think?
I mean,
Yeah.
it
you
depends
go
on
ahead.
Justin Fields, honestly.
Well, he's healthy.
I think Chase Claypool's gonna get more targets, obviously, because he's just gone. Like whatever targets Darnell Mooney was getting are just gone.
Right.
I'm nervous about Fields starting. I hope he's gonna be all right.
It's his non-throwing shoulder, right?
I'm not sure which shoulder it was. I just hope he's
I
all
think it
right.
is. Hopefully he just
non-throwing.
shoulder.
Yeah,
Yes.
it
he
is.
doesn't take big hits. Just slide and throw it away.
It's
dude.
crazy
You know
that
what
a
I
lot
mean?
of these questionable guys that you're like considering have like a week 13 or 14 bye.
I know. It's
It's
like
such
you
a
have
weird
to start
thing.
him now, or else they're just sitting on your bench forever.
And then
you know
once
what
the
I mean?
playoffs hit, like, is
Philly,
Chase
Buffalo,
Claypool
and
your-
he's got Detroit the last
Yeah.
week though. But man, Buffalo and Philly is rough to start him against. You know, maybe not Buffalo so much, but Philly is for sure.
He's definitely worth having just in case of. Good.
Oh,
I mean, Justin
yeah.
Fields has definitely been just progressing, and I thought, like I said, they were just going to sit him down, but maybe they just don't want to stop him from just growing and just going out there and playing too at the same time. He's a young, healthy kid. If it's his non-throwing arm, I guess I could see that point. I just figured being 3 and whatever, they were going to be like, nah.
Right. That's what I thought too. Shut it down, save him for next year and the rest of his career so he doesn't get fucked up. But if they play him and he's good enough to go, I'm excited to see it. I like Justin Fields.
Yeah, Claypool goes up and makes those catches too. So if there's no Mooney and Field just lets it, just slings it down the field. This dude's 240, 6'4". He goes up and makes strong catches. Like
100%. I just don't know if I'm trusting it yet. You can't. I don't
neither.
like. I'm not gonna start him over like anybody. I mean,
It's just a rough spot because if you don't start him this week and he has a big week, you got to wait till after his bye to play Philly. You know,
And then
but
you
I
have the
do
first
agree,
round of the
Josh. It's
playoffs.
well, you'll
kinda...
probably even be holding him, and if maybe you get him in the week 17 against Detroit, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he plays good all the way till week 17, and you're like, well, he's against Detroit and it's a Super Bowl, so take a chance on him. So, yeah. Any last words on our boy Chase Claypool?
No,
Nah.
he's better than
Mapletron,
Igwe St. Brown.
boy.
We are on to
It's the
Zeke.
worst nickname in NFL history, by the way.
I need help with Zeke, you guys. The last 2 weeks he's been good, and he's got Chicago this week, so we should be excited to play Zeke or not. But, I mean, he only played 50% of snaps last week.
He's doing better than I thought he would.
50% snaps. He's been good though the last 2 weeks. Legitimately, he has been.
Start him, and then start him again.
His
You
last
have to
3
start
games,
him.
Indy,
been
sorry, he
16
got
to
Indy this
17.
week. My bad, Indy.
I just started him 3 weeks
Plus
in a row,
4.
I think, and
Oh shit. Yeah. He's actually had a lot of double-digit games.
he's had
Has he had
Lately,
more?
lately he's had double-digit
6
games.
touchdowns in his last 4 games played, I think.
Yep, and 7 on the whole season.
Mm.
He's running back 27 in PPR, but he missed 2 weeks.
I feel way better
And
about
got hurt
Zeke than AJ Dillon in my lineup.
At this point, I might have to agree.
Against Indy, I think.
I'd rather
Call
start
me
AJ Dillon this week.
Oh, damn! You
This
stole my
1
thunder,
week.
Josh.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Now you're
This
good. I was
1
gonna say,
week
call me
is- yeah.
crazy, but this week I would start AJ Dillon over
Yeah.
Zeke. I would.
There is definitely upside this 1 week, but after that, it's like
Yeah, I agree. Because then he's got Houston, Jacksonville. You know what I mean? Like, of course, that's way juicier than fucking Indy.
Tennessee in the
Yeah.
last game.
But he just
And he's
had
got Philly, Tennessee.
Yeah.
His
no, so
floor
rough,
the last
easy,
4
easy, rough, rough.
his floor the last 4 weeks matches up with AJ Dillon's best game in like since week 1.
Yeah, but AJ Dillon's got a good matchup, and he's got steam
does.
going for him
And
right
all that
now.
matters
so-
is that 1 game too. You know what I mean? All that matters if AJ Dillon goes out and scores 25 points, it's like that could get people into the playoffs.
So, Josh, you told me before you'd start Tony Pollard over Zeke. Are you still feeling that same way?
Yeah, 100%.
That's the shit.
It's like, but
We're-
like you have to start Zeke if you drafted him in most cases. You're just
It's
kind of
almost like the Zeke and Aaron Jones thing, right? You could kind of want to start both if you have either one. But like the problem is, what if you have both? Because people did draft both.
Oh, I don't know.
You can't start them both, right? Or can you? I started Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and won a championship, so I don't know.
Well, I'm sure you had like a top 3
Lamar
quarterback,
Jackson the year
a
he
top
won the
3 tight
MVP.
end,
Chris
probably
Godwin the year
2
he
top
broke out.
receivers out of like
George
10 years.
Kittle.
Mark
Who was it?
Ingram.
Mark Ingram that year he had 29 receptions and 12 or 9 receiving touchdowns on 29 receptions. Just saying. No,
Yeah.
29 targets, 26 catches, 9 receiving touchdowns. Might have
That's
to
what I
check it,
mean.
but that's pretty close.
Like you can do it. You can start 2 running backs from the same team, but your team was so good that like I think it kind of allowed you to.
True.
Stole
But
Lamar
also Kareem
Jackson in a
Hunt
trade
was a
too.
good
He did.
flex.
Yeah,
So.
he was super. Yeah, that's a really good point. They were both scoring 10 or more every week. You know what I mean? It's like
So do you think Lenny and Rashad White can do that kind of thing, or
I think they're
think
both
there's enough
startable.
there for him? They're gonna throw the ball a lot though in Tampa Bay. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
Josh made the point that Aaron Rodgers got a hurt thumb. It's getting cold. They're playing in Green Bay. All the points Josh made that I agree with. Like Tampa Bay has none of those points. Like Tom Brady's trying to throw the ball 50 times a game. It's not cold. He's got no broken thumb. Like I don't know.
he's
It's
in a
just a different
dome
situation.
in the next game.
Aaron
If it's
Rodgers is
at
like
New Orleans, oh, it's
114%.
never mind. It's in Tampa.
But in Tampa Bay, Florida.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's not
I
cold
could see a
yet.
world where Rashard White gets him down there and Lenny falls in the end zone.
Me too.
He actually doesn't have a cold game the rest of the fantasy
Would you
season.
would you start Leonard Fournette?
Does he?
I mean, what are my options? I'll start him if I have to, but like
Carolina? No, they're all at home.
I would
Most of those are at
start
home.
You
a
told
lot of
that guy on Twitter that you'd start Zonovan Knight over him, so
I would 100%. 100%. I would start with Zavon
it's
and
close
Knight.
for me, but I can't really argue much. I don't know what I would do.
I'd start Leonard Fournette over that Jets running back.
It's close for me, but
Is he
Michael
the starter?
Carter's out.
Is he like their
Michael
one
Carter
back?
is
Oh my
out.
God.
So
Yeah.
James Robinson then?
The only other
No,
running backs are
Manning,
James
too.
Robinson, who was a healthy scratch last week,
That's
and
crazy.
Ty Johnson are the only other running backs on the roster, Randy.
Is
That's
if
why
James Robinson's-
Zonovan Knight.
Yeah, if he's
And-
active though, James Robinson might be the guy.
I mean,
No way.
See,
dude.
James
They already
Robinson.
James
came out and
Robinson was
said-
a healthy scratch, and this dude had 14 carries, 69 yards, 3 targets, and 3 catches for 34 yards.
I've never even heard of this guy.
Yeah, I
Me
didn't watch
either,
the
but I'm
game.
just saying, like,
To be
look
fair,
at
I
the
didn't watch
stat
the
line.
game.
No, he might play. He's probably going to do it again if that's actually
I
what's
mean,
going
even
on.
if he doesn't, like, it's hard for me to
See-
project James Robinson, who is a healthy scratch, to
Yeah.
get more carries than the dude who had 70 yards on 14 carries. So go ahead,
And
Randy,
to
sorry.
you guys' point, it was against Chicago. So that does have a step up for AJ Dillon if this
Yeah,
guy's out there.
Chicago's. If you watch
Uh,
any Chicago games, you notice that their offense is great and their defense is horrible,
Yeah.
pretty much, just like
That's
Detroit.
why
so.
and Justin Fields has such a high ceiling because he just runs a shit ton and then they score and then the other team scores and he's like, okay,
They
I'll
need
just
a
run a bunch
line.
again.
Dude, in the offseason, we should look at teams that we think their defense is going to be bad and their offense is going to be good, and then try to draft all those players. Because that's really how fantasy points happen. Because, like, Jalen Hurts is great, and he would be quarterback 1 if Philly had a crappy defense.
Yeah, the
Philly's
so
defense is too
and
good.
He's out at halftime because they don't have
Yeah,
to
half, dude, he'll score 30 to
half.
half and be done. You know what I
Imagine
mean?
if
Like,
they were
legit.
down 7 the whole game or like up 3 or like, you know what I mean?
That's my point. Yeah, dude. So
Yeah, I
we
was a
should
fan when
maybe,
they were losing in Washington. I was like, throw the ball, Jalen.
but yeah. So what do you guys think about Lenny? Any last words?
Deshaun Watson's gonna be the best quarterback in the NFL next year by that fucking standard, the way the Browns are playing defense.
Well, yeah. Oh, there you go. Randy. Well, then again, everybody said it'd be a top 5 defense before the season, and then they were wrong. So, all right,
I thought
Juju,
their
it
defense
is.
was gonna be sweet, dude.
Me too, man. Me too. Sucks. So, Josh, you're the Chiefs guy. Juju only played 38% of snaps last week, coming off the concussion.
I think he was
He's
a little
got-
banged up still.
So, what are you thinking? You think he's gonna be back to his usual like 60 to 80% snaps, or?
Yeah, I do.
60, 80.
I do, especially if Kadarius Toney already ruled out.
What about Sky Moore, though?
keeps fumbling the fucking ball. I don't know, man.
Only on punt return or kick returns and punt returns. So.
I like
Juju
Juju,
or
man.
Keenan Allen.
Who do the Chargers play?
Oof.
I don't even know off the
What
top
about
of my
rest of the
head.
season? Juju or Keenan Allen if you're like in the 5th
The
seed right now.
Chargers
Kind of
play
spot.
Las Vegas. Easy matchup. He's coming off 8 and 7 targets, and he's got Las Vegas. It's hard to get away from Keenan Allen right now, honestly.
Is it a similar option though? That's kind of why I thought of Keenan.
It is
Felt kinda
similar.
Similar, for
similar.
Sure.
But I'll
I think
take
I go
Keenan Allen.
Juju. I go Keenan Allen this week, Juju rest of the season.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that, actually. I didn't know we were doing rest of the season. This week, I would go Keenan Allen, though, against Las Vegas, coming off 8 and 7 targets.
Yeah.
I don't know who I would take rest of the season, but it's really, really close. I think this
Yeah.
week it's kind of easy
Flip
to
a
pick.
coin.
Right. Agreed. But you don't like Sky Moore's looked okay when he's played in the slot though, yeah.
He looks good with the ball in his hands. Yeah.
When he gets to play the slot, that's when he looks good. Like honestly, he gets open, he gets receptions and targets, but like when they try to play him on the outside, it just does not work, man.
Yeah, they like, almost never even play him on the outside anymore.
I know because when Juju was gone, they put him in the slot and they were like, "Wow, this kid can actually do something," you know?
Yeah, except fumble punts. Fuck.
They gotta stop putting him on punt
Dude, that's
coverage,
what
dude.
I'm saying,
Stop.
man.
Whoever
That
their
is what
special
I'm
teams
saying.
coordinator needs to just stop.
It's like,
Put anyone
holy
else there, dude.
smokes, dude.
Or just tell him to fair catch every punt. That's what I would
Literally,
do.
100%.
But yeah, what
But
do you
I
guys think?
like Juju.
Anything last words on the boy Juju?
Juju's
still
growing
torn.
on me a little bit, I think.
Me too.
You say he's growing on you?
Yeah, I would make fun of you like 2 months ago and just.
I
Like,
know
Well, he's
you
not a
would.
Steeler anymore,
so-
so that's how he's growing.
No,
on me.
he meant like when at the beginning of fantasy
Yeah,
season
even
when I
just
ranked
like
him pretty
6 weeks
high.
ago or 8 weeks ago, when I even halfway through the season, I was still not on the. He's playing good. I don't know. Dude, I think I just have like blinders on.
When he came out and started getting 8 targets every game, it's hard to be like, nah, you know?
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I'm like the same way with Lockett, and Lockett just proves to be like.
Yeah, there's at this point you
Yeah,
kind of
he's
just
got
have to give it
blinders.
up
Lockett's
on
been
Lockett.
like a saving grace, dude, for me.
So do you
and
start
Dingleberry.
Lockett over Schuster and Keenan Allen? Because he also feels
Yes.
similar to me.
No, he's not.
He's just above that, huh?
I mean, look at this,
Yeah,
dude.
only one
Are you
bust
kidding
right
me?
there. Yeah, oh, two. But
Two, but the one was week
week
1.
one. Yeah,
He's been
Yeah.
great this year. There's no doubt. He's wide receiver 13 through his bye, man. Like, you
He's
can't. I
like-
mean, I didn't love Lockett before the season, but there's just got to be a point where we have to
yeah.
just say
He's
he did
almost
it.
like Christian Kirk level, dude.
He's better than Christian Kirk, man.
Oh,
I just wish Cooper Cup would have stuck around. My bot I'd seen might score a couple
I
more points
strongly
between those
disagree.
two.
But I'm probably wrong. I mean, I'm not probably wrong. I might be wrong.
Are you guys ready for the rookie report? Got a lot of
Do it.
rookie players I want to talk about. I'm gonna go through them kind of quick, but
Let's do it.
Damian Pierce sucks lately, like really bad, man. Like 0.8 and 1.6 yards per carry, bad. He's got the Browns this week though.
I'm trading him.
After the Browns
Oh,
game,
you can in Dynasty. I think the trade.
there's
deadline's over,
no
but
way you can trade
Prestige,
him
you
right
still
now.
can.
No, I wanted to after the Browns game. I got excited,
at
but I think
this.
our deadline's over this weekend. That one.
He's been
Prestige
playing real
is this
bad. He's
week.
got no draft capital. How worried should we be about Damian Pierce going forward?
Worried.
Real worried?
I am kicking my ass for not trading him 2 weeks ago when I had a feeling to trade him. 3 weeks ago, even I was like, man, 'cause I was telling you about those running backs with no real capital.
Yep,
It's
I
like,
know.
it's so
Because
risky to
James
have. He might
Robinson
be-
is the story, you know?
His value
Mhm.
might be at the peak already, and he might already be going down right now. He might have already literally peaked. And if you could have
Yeah.
traded him for what he was running at right there, people were willing to pay like at least a low end running back 2 value of like shit back to you.
People would have
That's,
gave
like,
you a
at minimum.
2023 first for him.
Yeah. And you can turn your second round pick into that because you got him in like early second most of the time, I would imagine, in the rookie draft. So it's like if you can just turn a profit like that instantly, but you don't want to, at the other end of it, you don't want to trade away a running back that is the guy, but it's just so rare that one of these guys with no real capital are the guys that last and are like fantasy football relevant for a while. So I'm kicking my ass for not trading him.
What do you
It
guys think?
sucks. It sucks that draft capital is a thing, but like it's definitely a thing, dude.
Mostly for running backs, but yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, running backs is what I'm talking about, 100%.
I still want him in Prestige.
I mean, who has him? Trey? We'll trade. Won't trade him. So
Yeah.
good luck.
I don't
Trey's got
hate
diamond
him.
hands.
I don't hate him. I don't think he's dead or anything, but I think that his value might like that's all that it is about. Like I think he's still a good running back and he'll be startable and shit.
It wouldn't surprise me if they brought in a pretty good, like Aaron Jones-esque
Yeah.
free agent to play like the running down role in the offseason, or just drafted like a 3rd round running back, like legitimately.
Just
And that would
roll
suck
with
for
him.
him, and I wouldn't be super confident that wouldn't happen. So, and he's been looking real bad lately. He's got 8 yards the past 2 weeks, dude. Holy shit. But all right, let's move on. Let's talk about nicer, better things like, Garrett Wilson with his 8 targets, 5 catches, 95 yards, and 2 touchdowns against Chicago. He's got Minnesota this week, a rougher matchup, but Mike White, pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to be too confident. Mike White did the same thing last year, but he's definitely an upgrade from Zach Wilson, dude.
Agreed.
Garrett
I was gonna
Wilson looks
ask you.
good with any quarterback other than Zach Wilson.
I
Elijah
know,
Moore
right?
looked good too,
Elijah Moore
Yeah.
had like one long catch. It's kind of skewed a little
Right.
bit, but
but he looked better than he has in a while, though. I mean,
well, he caught a pass.
Yeah, he is on the football field.
He caught that one real long pass for a touchdown. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He played 54% snaps and 45 before. It's not like he's playing a lot of snaps. Corey Davis is playing over him still, so.
that sucks.
But Garrett Wilson, man, he looks like wide receiver one material. He's in, I don't know. Let's rehash it, dude. I know you'd probably still take Olave or Randy, but I would take Garrett Wilson. Josh, what do you think?
Garrett Wilson.
Mike?
Oh
Wilson or
man,
Olave?
that's rough. Maybe Olave. He looked really good too. Olave did.
It's close for me, but I think I would take Wilson at this point, man. Honestly, they're both
got-
doing it with such shitty fucking quarterbacks, and that's why
That's
it's
what I
like
was
take
just gonna
either
say. That
one
was
of
gonna be
Yeah.
my point.
And
right
London
there.
too. Drake London is my
Yeah.
wide receiver one still, and he's doing with Mariota. Garrett Wilson's doing it with Joe Flacco and Mike White, and Olave's doing it with Jameis Winston and fucking Andy Dalton, dude. Holy shit!
And George Pickens
You know
is
what I
doing
think it
with
is?
Kenny
I
Pickett.
think it's a
Well, I
preference
mean,
thing.
Kenny Pickett might be good though. We don't know.
Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson.
True.
Garrett
It is a
Wilson or Chris
preference thing.
Olave. It's like it feels like the same type of thing. Like there's one that like whoever you have, whoever you draft, you probably
Mm.
believe is a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like if I
Well,
drafted Jamar
I
Chase
drafted
over,
a lot of Garrett Wilsons.
oh yeah, so I mean,
Mhm.
and I think one might even take over and like become like the dominant guy, like that you really know, like is
Like
that
next
guy.
year or something.
Like DK
Or a
Metcalf,
couple
I
years.
thought could have been up in the realm with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, but he's just not.
still
Like, I love
could
DK
be.
Metcalf, but he's just not yet. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
don't think he
hasn't
could
been.
be still?
Oh, I still believe in him. Yeah.
How many
absolutely.
targets DK have last week, dude?
Wasn't it like 14? Am I
It was
wrong?
crazy.
Oh yeah,
14
15 I think.
targets.
Yeah, 15
13.
targets, 11 catches.
Oh, his ceiling's
90
so
yards.
fucking high.
Oh, believe me, bro. I'm like, yeah, I love DK Metcalf. You guys know this. Like, I just.
The duck.
Any last words on
But it's
Garrett?
like it's like
Okay.
Justin Jefferson or DK Metcalf. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by taking that step
I mean,
up. Like
Justin
people are still
Jefferson.
going to go Justin Jefferson every time. I think Garrett
Correct.
Wilson or Olave could become like a dynamic like that, where they're both still really fucking good, but you're just.
Okay, let me ask Josh and Mike. Is Drake London above them? And if he is, because I know me and you agree pretty much on this, Randy. So if Drake London is above him, how above is Drake London from Wilson and Olave?
Oh, like not at all. Barely. Very
Really?
small amounts.
Is he above him though? Do you?
Yeah, I would say so.
What about you, Mike?
Well, Drake London definitely still looks like the best one. I don't know how big of a tier he's ahead of him though, because man, Garrett Wilson looks good. Olave looks good.
I don't know if London even looks like the best one now. I just think that
I just think he's going to be the
He
best
looked
one.
like the most potential. I think Garrett Wilson's the best ranked.
I
When
don't.
I watch
mean,
Garrett Wilson play, sometimes I'm like, man, he looks
He's
like.
fast.
And then sometimes I
and
watch Chris
good.
Olave play, and I'm like, man, I'm like,
The thing with Garrett Wilson is he's got that AJ Brown, like when the ball's in his hands type,
Yeah.
like, holy crap. When he's in the open field, that's what I love about him, you know? It's like Olave is going to burn you. Drake London's going to be way stronger than you, but Garrett Wilson with the ball in his hands is just magic, man. I love it. You saw him
Yeah,
last week juke the shit out
Yeah,
of
that
that
was
guy.
sweet, dude.
There's another
was
rookie
really
we got to
cool.
add to this list tonight too,
I
boys.
really believe in Drake London, but
Jamison Williams.
Yeah, I don't think we're starting him though. you
No,
know?
not starting him. He's just
I'm
interesting to
I'm
look
trying
at.
to talk about people that are like hard to know if we should start or not.
Okay.
but
the
I
way
feel
Garrett
it.
Wilson and Olave's been playing
We can talk about the end, Mike. Go ahead. Randy.
has made me.
Yeah.
They brought it closer to London for me.
Me
London's
too.
not as far ahead just based on how good.
It's
they've
going to
been
be hard
playing.
for him to pass London for me, though, you know?
Yeah.
Because I really do believe he's the best receiver, and he's not giving me any reason to think he's not.
They've thrown the ball
So,
13
like,
and 14 times.
Mariota
14 times in one
blows.
game.
No offense, Mike. Mariota blows.
He's okay for fantasy. As a fantasy quarterback, he's been.
He's okay
but
for fantasy, and he's
shit for
okay
everything
as a
else.
backup quarterback
He can only
on
get
your team.
himself points though. He can't
Right.
get
What he is
anybody else
now.
points. Like he can be
Right.
an okay quarterback because he
His
sucks in
rushing
all other
upside
points.
gives him points. Yes. I
So
agree.
he does suck, Dick. But
But for fantasy, he's okay.
yeah, you can start him. Like, fine, you win. Mariota. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Brian Robinson.
I'm not doing well with Mariota. He's cost me the last 2 games. I can't
What's up
wait
with
for
Brian
Deshaun.
Robinson, dude?
It's my
18
boy.
carries, 105 yards, 6 yards a carry, 3 targets and a touchdown, 20 fantasy points. Antonio Gibson a little beat up this week. pretty interesting. What do you guys think about Brian Robinson?
I got a question for Mr. Josh.
Oh,
Brian
hit him with it.
Robinson this week or AJ Dillon?
AJ Dillon.
I thought so. I was just curious. Brian Robinson's looks strong. He's running the ball good. I mean, I don't really like the running backs that depend on just running up the middle. He's got 3 targets, but it was.
But that's not usual.
And
Yeah.
it's against Houston. I mean,
It's his
Atlanta.
most career targets.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Oh boy.
I think I would also start AJ Dillon over Brian Robinson.
It's kind of exciting though, because they are like that's a big game, low key. Like
Yeah,
that could be like
they're
a 7th
both-
seed of the playoffs,
Yeah.
like 7-4, 7-5.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be kind of a grindy game probably, so he will have his.
Antonio Gibson a little banged up. I don't know how healthy J.D. McKissick is.
he's on IR.
Yeah, he
Oh.
might be out the whole season, I think.
Yep. He's not coming back at least this week for sure, but I think he's out for the whole season too. He's got a neck problem or some crazy shit.
I think
Yeah, from
Brian
carrying the
Robinson and
team.
AJ Dillon's closer than I would want it to be, but I think I still lean AJ Dillon.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's get on to Treylon Burks. So Treylon Burks lately has been playing around 67% of snaps. He's got at least 6 targets the last 3 weeks. He's been looking good though, man. 18 and 17 points. He's got Philly this week, a rough matchup. How you guys feeling about Treylon?
I think that his points total this last week was a little bit skewed with that unconventional touchdown when
True.
Derrick Henry broke that long run and then he recovered in the end zone.
But
But
still 70 yards and 4 catches is pretty good.
yeah, I mean that's 11. It's kind of like where you're at, you know, between 8 to 15.
Flex option, yeah.
Yeah.
Promising though for a rookie receiver, I think.
I like what I've seen out of him the last couple of weeks, but as long as it's not Malik Willis, I like it.
And
Yeah,
he's got
he's getting
a couple
6
of
and 8
decent
targets.
playoff.
I was
playoff
wondering why the
games.
numbers didn't add up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
remember Derrick Henry fumbled at the 1 and he recovered it in the end zone, Randy?
Yeah, I did forget about that. I was like looking, I'm like, that's only like 11.
You needed
points.
Derrick Henry to fumble and you needed Burks to score with it was like the perfect like 5 seconds for you. I remember
Yeah,
that.
because I was playing Treylon Burks in a league I'm throwing in, and I was playing against Derrick Henry in a league I was winning in. Worked out really great for me. That play.
It took balls to play Treylon Burks after he came back and had that 18-point game. It did take balls to start him, but it paid for itself.
Looks good. I mean, against Philly's got a rough matchup though. I don't know if I'd start him against Philly. What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
I can't. Man, you're
I
gonna
wouldn't
be in
either.
a bad spot if you're starting Treylon Burks.
They
But
have
if he
to throw
plays
the
good
ball.
against Philly, Jacksonville, he's gonna get Slay probably though.
It's got a Houston game in there too.
Slay usually shadows. Yeah, and the Chargers aren't a great defense. Everybody thought their defense was gonna be good, but they
He's
just
got
haven't been
Dallas
very good.
Super Bowl week. It's like
Not so great. So maybe
I
sit
don't-
him, play him if you need to the next 3 weeks, and
Yeah.
then sit him Super Bowl week. Unless he really pops off.
I think if you're a playoff team, it seems like not a lot of receivers went down lately, and a lot of receivers are coming back.
True.
So starting Treylon Burks, man, be James Cook.
I was gonna say, what about James Cook though? He's played. This week he played Thursday. So obviously we're not talking about if he can start this week or not. But I think he's worth talking about just because he played almost double the snap share that he's played throughout the entire season. 43% snaps, 14 carries, 64 yards, 6 targets, 6 catches, 41 yards, and 17 fantasy points. I mean,
I was impressed.
how
Was
are we
anything
feeling
wrong
about?
with Singletary?
No,
Do you guys know?
no.
Not that I heard of.
Singletary had like 53 yards and a touchdown.
I think Hines got hurt. Maybe he didn't.
He
He's
wasn't
just-
really doing much.
He's not been doing anything lately.
Yeah.
Not since the trade.
Maybe it's that thing I was talking about earlier, man. Maybe it's just a fresh running back. They have these rookie running backs that they do still believe in, but there's no reason to not run Devin Singletary. If say James Cook is better than Devin Singletary, like you might as well just I don't know, I think he sucks. I'm just trying to think of something.
You think
James
James
Cook?
Cook sucks?
Yeah, I don't think he's that good. He
Hmm.
could
Seem to
develop
like him.
into
They've been
something.
using him a lot.
I don't love him, that's for sure. But
The most snap share he's seen all season, huh?
most carries, most targets, most everything.
Maybe it's looking up. I don't know. I'm also not confident if I'm starting him though.
He had a
I just
really
don't want
good
to totally
game.
write him off. And I don't want to
Yeah.
totally write him off because he's a rookie running back on a high-powered offense
Yeah.
that seems to be getting some work, you know?
It's definitely impressed me that Thursday game did.
It'll be exciting to see what he does leading up into that Chicago matchup. Could be a
Right,
big
because if he
game.
plays good the next 2 weeks, Chicago's a smash start.
That could get you into a Super Bowl.
He's got a rough matchup besides that, though, huh? He's a bench stash for
Yeah.
now, I think.
Agreed, right?
Eh,
I mean, yeah.
If you're a James Cook owner, you're super excited about last game against New England.
If you're Cole Mayer, you're super excited.
For real.
Sorry.
Like
Cole or
he's shown
Boozer.
really not a lot, you know. When Devin Singletary's showing up your rookie running back every week, it's like it's different than when Rashad White's behind Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
Right.
And
100%,
looking
man.
better than him, not like looking the same. And I don't know.
I mean, Cook's a different kind of running back than Singletary, to
Yeah.
be fair. They drafted him for a specific purpose, but then they gave him 14 carries, so what do I know? You know?
Same.
Maybe they're just gonna give him a bunch. I don't think he had 14 carries in a game in his college career. Ever. That might be the most carry he's ever had in a game since high school.
And,
Like, honestly, that's kind of
and I'm
crazy.
so wrong about running backs, dude. In 2 years going forward, Josh Allen could just be throwing him the ball like 10 times.
I like pass catching running backs, and that's why I'm hesitant to totally shit on him.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's why. Not the carries. Like, yeah, 14 carries once, whoop-de-doo. But the targets and the receiving work going back to college makes me think that there's a good chance he could be some kind of like PPR machine, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
Maybe not
love
a
him
good
in
chance, but
Dynasty.
a high possibility he could be a PPR machine in the future.
And
I don't know
for
how
the
much he's going to help you
price,
this
too.
year, though.
Yeah.
So
And a lot of people are like me that aren't that high on him. You know what I mean? So for the price, to take the chance, you know, to have someone that could be on a high-powered offense like that.
he's going to be a
it's probably
popular
worth it.
like 4th or 5th round pick in fantasy next year unless he comes super high up. You know, maybe they'll just cut Devin Singletary or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach Moss is
Who
gone,
knows?
so Devin Singletary going to be around forever.
That is like the juiciest matchups I've ever seen in my entire life for my boy Pickens here.
I know. That's what I want to talk about the best, dude. Baltimore, Las Vegas, Carolina, Baltimore, Atlanta. He's got Atlanta this week.
I'm like
How
salivating.
confidently can we start Pickens this week? And if he plays good, is he like an auto start the rest of the year? Because he's been playing good lately, and this, like Mike said, these matchups they're juicy, man. For real.
Kenny Pickett's starting to look like he can play football too, dude.
We're on what, week 4 now, week 5
This is
of this, and I've
potentially
still haven't gone out and
league-winning
got Pickett.
material right here, dude. This schedule is potential league-winning material, 100%.
How do I get Pickett from Swan so I can pair him up with this man for next year? That's what I'm
You
thinking
say that
right now.
every week,
I
but
know,
you never
I'm on
send
week
any
5.
trades, and now
I
you're
don't know
running
what to
out of
send.
time.
I don't know what to send. How much does he want Hollywood?
You're running out of time, Mike.
I gotta fucking hit the block
Who
tonight.
was the last receiver we talked about? I'm really high. My brain's not working.
Garrett Wilson.
No, Traylon.
Oh, you're
Traylon
right.
Burks,
Yeah.
yep.
Oh yeah,
Good
Garrett
call,
Pickens
Josh.
or Traylon Burks. I think
Pickens 100%
Yes,
million.
that's
Dude, I
easy.
think I might start Pickens over fucking Garrett Wilson right now.
Yeah.
Look at this matchup against Atlanta. Coming off
Oh,
2
yeah.
back-to-back 6-target weeks against Atlanta.
it was
Zay
easy.
Jones
I
put up
guess
a
my
lot
point
against
is,
Baltimore.
Traylon Burks could turn into what George Pickens is doing. I think with the volume, they're both getting like 6 and 4 targets. I know it's a really really short span for Burks. It's only 2 games, but he's
Yeah.
if this man gets the Deontay Johnson targets, dude, he could literally be a league winner. Stop throwing the ball to Deontay Johnson,
He could get, I mean, how many targets is Deontay getting?
dude.
A lot.
It's terrible.
8, 5, 5. I mean, the same amount
they
pretty
are
much
stopping, but-
lately.
Yeah,
Lately.
Deontay is underperforming. I really wanted him
And
to do
George
better.
Pickens is
Dingleberry.
overperforming, so
Yeah.
maybe it's time
Throw
for
the ball to
George
him
Pickens.
more. Yeah.
Exactly.
'Cause
Seems
there
like him
is
and
room for
Pickett got a
targets.
connection.
I like it.
That's what I was thinking, Josh. 100%. Because since
Mhm.
Pickett took over as quarterback, look how good it's been for him, you know? 14, 18, and 11 fantasy points.
And earlier on in the season, like not these last 3 weeks, but before their bye,
He was
Deontay
getting
Johnson-
targets at least.
Deontay Johnson
Oh.
getting 15 targets, 13 targets, 12 targets, like unless I don't remember correctly.
13, 7, 10, 9. Yep. He's getting a shitload of
12, 10,
targets.
11, yeah.
Throw that shit to fucking Pickens, man, and he'll literally just explode everywhere. He's catching every ball that's coming his way. Like he's doing.
He's
it with
got
nothing.
AB vibes, as in like he runs. He's got it all. He's got the size, the speed, the routes, everything. The miraculous circus catches. I love it, man.
Is he a higher receiver? Probably.
Hmm?
He's probably. I don't know, man. This kid. I hate the Steelers. But this
Me
kid's
too.
something.
Steelers are great at drafting like
Mhm.
second, third round receivers, though, man.
I wish the Chiefs would have drafted him instead of trading out of that spot.
They traded the pick for George Pickens.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh,
did they
Oh,
really?
he was available and they traded back 3 spots and drafted Sky Moore instead.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Maybe though. Who knows?
The
I'm
Sky
like
Moore
living
still
in the
got time.
moment when I say
It
I'm
is
interested in the
early,
NFL
but
player.
if we're going to do an early poll on that, I don't think many people are going to take Sky Moore over George Pickens.
Yeah, imagine George Pickens with Pat Mahomes showing him the ball right now. Like he's probably the best
Ooh,
receiver on the
baby,
Chiefs.
dude. If you put George Pickens on the Chiefs right now, he is a league winner.
Huh.
Like, holy
Ha
shit,
ha
dude.
ha ha ha.
He
Damn.
might be their best
Juju.
receiver.
He'd probably
He
beat
would be.
Juju.
I mean, Juju would be a slot receiver, and he would be the outside receiver, and it would look great. MVS would be nothing if he was on the Chiefs, like legitimately. He would
Yeah.
totally. MVS who? McCole Hardman would be right back to his like
And
30%
getting rid of
snap share.
Tyreek
Like,
wouldn't even feel like nearly.
no,
I mean,
because
they do their
George
thing a
Pickens could
different
be
way
the
now,
next
but
Tyreek,
yeah.
dude.
Mhm.
He looks good, man.
Damn, I didn't even know that, man.
I have George Pickens in like the same tier as Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, dude.
He's a little
He's a
below
little
that for
tiny
me, but
below.
he is really forcing his way into it right now for me. So
I could see arguments that he's above it, like from other people if they really like George Pickens. Like he has fucking.
I'll
Oh,
make
yeah.
that
Christian
argument. I'll
Watson in
make that
there, dude.
argument. I'll put
But he's
Pickens at
below
2
for me
after
too.
London
really,
you?
you like Pickens more than Garrett Wilson?
at the moment. I'm living in the moment though. Dynasty, that's a fucking hard question.
Oh,
you believe is gonna
redraft,
be
it's
better
hard to
at that
find a
point.
rookie receiver I would take over George Pickens right now in redraft because of the schedule, the opportunity, the way that it's going lately. Like, if you could have one rookie receiver for the rest of the year, who would you guys take? Because I would take George Pickens.
We'd have to look at the
Pickens.
other one schedule, but this is hard to pass up.
Who do you
know what
want
I
to?
mean?
Olave?
Yeah.
We just looked at Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson.
Olave has Tampa
one of
Bay,
the
by
bums.
Atlanta, Cleveland, Philly. So he's got 2 good games, a bye in Philly and Tampa Bay.
Chris Olave can get you to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
but you know, what I mean, it's like
Rough Super Bowl though.
Garrett Wilson has Minnesota, Buffalo, Detroit, Jacksonville, Seattle. Not great, not horrible.
That's a pretty good playoff
if
schedule.
Garrett Wilson had George Pickens' schedule somehow, I mean, it's hypothetical because he can't because they played Baltimore twice. But
Dude, Baltimore, Las Vegas, Carolina, Baltimore. I don't know how much.
Atlanta. It doesn't
Atlanta
get better.
twice is the only way it gets better.
the rest of the
Baltimore
season,
once, Atlanta twice, maybe. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm taking Olave over Pickens still. If I could choose, I'm bot heads right now. If I had George Pickens or Olave on my roster, just
I would
straight
take
up.
Pickens.
It's close for me, but I think that falls back.
I
to
would
the
take
thing,
Wilson
like,
over Olave though. So
yeah, I think it falls back to the thing where like I drafted Olave, so I believed in him. So it's like,
hard to get away from him. Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking
George
of drafting a
Pickens'
guy and
schedule.
believing in him,
What about Kenny Walker? He's been struggling lately, man. 1.7 and 1.86 yards per carry, but he did score 2 touchdowns last week, and the receiving got him the points last week. So he's still scoring the fantasy points. So obviously that's good, but NFL playing wise, it's not as good. You know what I mean? So I know we only care about fantasy, but NFL teams care about NFL. And if they start taking his snaps away, which it kind of seems like they might have, you know what I mean? 87 to 71, 77 could be a little risky. So is there any reason to be worried about Kenny Walker, or is he just like auto good to go?
I'm locking him in auto for the rest of the year. Unless,
What do you think, Josh?
injury or something.
I'm gonna start Kenny Walker the rest of the year.
I'm starting him this week for sure. But like,
I
what
mean,
if he has a
like,
bad week this week?
you're not gonna be able to get away from him. You know
You
what I
didn't
mean?
draft Kenny Walker to be your starter in redraft, probably though.
Do you ever see yourself like benching him for like Devin Singletary or Tony Pollard or
Tony Pollard maybe, but not Devin Singletary.
maybe, I don't know, Miles Sanders?
Without the touchdowns and the targets the last 2 weeks, though.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna go
not
with the rest of the
super
season for
worried,
sure.
but
I'm just starting him because
he's
he's
Kenny Walker.
exceeded my expectations already. If I have Kenny Walker on any team, it's just like until he dicks me, he's got the Rams, Carolina. I'd be really worried to start him in week 1 of the playoffs.
He doesn't have a great playoff matchup, honestly. Matchups
The
not
Jets
horrible.
defense is really good.
So San Francisco's running defense is really, really good.
Yeah, it is. So
I
probably
mean,
one of the
over
best ones.
over Brian Robinson and AJ Dillon, I would instantly start Kenny Walker.
Oh yeah, this
that
week for
back.
sure,
Like,
100%. I just want to know how worried we are about his 2 weeks in a row of not great like NFL on the field performances.
I'm more worried if he does it again this week and it drops again,
who are they giving the carry?
but I'll still have to stick with him.
Travis Homer.
Oh,
Oh,
DJ
Travis
Dallas.
Homer's out. Never mind, he got rolled out today.
DJ Dallas then, right?
So that could be something, yeah.
Oh, my boy DJ Dallas. I knew he was going to be down there. I was like, please tell me.
I guess without Homer, we're kind of more into
DJ
Kenny
Dallas
Walker.
is
but-
threatening to take Kenny Walker's job.
My boy DJ
Oh,
Dallas.
stop it.
No one's
I'm
ever
just
said
saying
that
he is
before today,
struggling.
No, I'm
you
just
know,
kidding, bro.
there's some question marks, I think, with Kenny Walker. So.
You know how I feel about Kenny Walker. It would be funny. In the
Wait,
narrative
Josh,
of-
what did he say again?
What?
What
Oh,
did
Kenny
what did
Walker.
Randy call Kenny Walker in the offseason?
Oh, he was
The next coming of
Rojo reincarnated, dude.
I told you were crazy.
Stick to wide receivers, Randy.
Yeah, man, I gotta try to branch out sometimes, but just stick to what I get lucky at guessing it.
All
I
right,
mean, what I know.
When we were making the trade, you're like, I do not want Kenny Walker. And I was like, and I want Kenny Walker.
I like Kenny Walker.
We probably made a
always
deal
have.
then.
We did, and then I ended up trading the second pick to Josh, I believe. Was it?
If I have something that I don't want, and you
Was
want,
it for Pitts? I think
What league?
Dingleberry. Because I had the
I don't
first
know who
pick
ended
and
up
I
with the
traded
second
it to
pick. Oh,
Randy.
Sheep ended up with it somehow. So, oh well, who cares?
That pick was a slut. That pick was in like 9 people's hands, and I hit it 3 times. My
That pick was a
first round pick
slut,
is so
dude.
valuable.
All right,
It's very
Kyron
valuable.
Williams, the last
Sorry.
rookie we're talking about here. 70% snap share last week, 55 before. He's showing a little bit of promise. Cam Akers was questionable all the way up until today, I believe. So Cam Akers a little beat up, and we all know how we mostly feel about Cam Akers here. So someone's gonna score fantasy points, somebody's gonna get carries, somebody's gonna be on the field. Is Kyron Williams a startable fantasy asset against a really crappy defense, or what do you guys think?
He is a rosterable running back right now, and I wish I would have listened to you a couple weeks ago. I have Eno Benjamin and CEH before he got put on IR, and you're talking about Kyron Williams, and I was like, man,
I just see
as a
some
fantasy-
potential of like an opportunity for volume. I don't know if he's going to be good or not, you know what I mean? But I feel like just the fact that he could get volume is
But
worth it.
fast
so.
forward 2 weeks, and I'm like, I would take him over both of the options that I was thinking about considering, like cutting. You know what I mean? Like instant, I believe that he could be something. He was out there 70% of the time. Cam Akers is a bum.
They gave him 11 carries, yeah.
I thought Daryl Henderson was as good as Cam Akers or better, and they cut him. So I don't really. I can't talk about running backs, dude. I don't even know.
Wide receiver
Yeah.
whisperers out of his
The Rams suck.
out of his comfort zone.
I
Yeah,
keep going
they do.
back and forth with this one, man, but I think I'm happy if he's on my team.
On your bench, that's how I feel too.
Yeah. I don't know about starting him.
Deuce, if he plays good against Seattle, against Las Vegas, you can start him 100%. You know what I mean? He goes out and
Yeah.
gets 15 carries and 5 targets. Like you're starting him against Las Vegas probably. So
I mean, if nothing else, he's good to have no one else to be able to have the ability to have him. If nothing
Agreed.
else.
that's why I got Trevor Lawrence on my bench and bot heads. And then I'm about to drop him and play Cole in the fucking playoffs and start Trevor Lawrence against me. Fuck that.
It's
I love
getting,
the thought process.
It's getting there.
down
It's
to
getting
the
there.
boys. I can feel it in the air.
I'm already thinking about who could
I
start Trevor
can
Lawrence
feel
against
that
me. Dude.
calling in you.
I have to win in Dingleberry this week against TJ, or I'm probably fucked for the playoffs.
I have to win in bot heads or I'm fucked too. So I feel it, bro.
I wish you all the
I have
best
to win
of
in
luck.
both.
I hope all of your players stay healthy.
All
and
right. All right, Randy. Get
Listen,
fucking
if
high.
I could turn injuries
Here's-
off right now, I would do because I'm so fucking nervous. Like
Turn
I'm
the
so
injuries off.
fucking nervous.
Well, you see, I'm already clinched all the playoffs in every league, so now I'm gonna set on my high horse and say, I hope you guys all have a great time doing everything. It's all gonna be
To be
great.
fair, I would have said
Fucking
that if I
ETN.
was making.
I know. I'm just giving you shit, dude.
I know. I'm a
Fucking
I think
Travis
if
Etienne.
Randy wins the Triple Crown, dude, we just have to beat his ass.
We kick him off the podcast for sure. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
Wait, we
banished
gotta get the
3
we-
months.
Randy, you're fired.
We gotta get the rest of the squad, and we
Fuck.
just gotta fucking haze him, jump the shit out of him or something,
and
dude.
film it and then put it on here. That would be great.
That
Great
seems
YouTube content.
that seems gay. What are you guys gonna do?
Drape the belt over him at the end.
Pretty
Here's your
sus,
belt,
but-
bitch. Josh just beating him with the fucking bot head stroke.
Yo, people talk about like I love fantasy football. I'm in 2 leagues. I'm in 3 leagues. It's like I don't think people understand. We're in like
yeah.
I'm in 14 leagues this
Yeah,
year.
like
I'm
14
probably
or
gonna cut
15
it back a
leagues.
little bit, but I'm in 14
Yeah,
leagues.
we're
13, and
literally
I'm definitely
completely
looking to cut
addicted.
back.
We have a real like fucking wrestling belt, like
Yeah.
30-pound shit. We have like rings and trophies, and
Huh.
it's just crazy, bro.
We have cannons. That's how
Jersey
many
leagues.
fucking leagues
I'm
we're
trying
in.
to
We have
cut
cannons.
back to 10 leagues. Crazy, right?
Yeah, I did like 130 underdog
Well,
leagues because
yeah.
I'm like addicted. If
That's
it wasn't
different
for
than
that,
like
bro, I'd be in like 30 real life leagues and I would be sitting there for 14 hours every Sunday, like every Saturday
trying to
night
set
trying
your
to set all my
lineups, freaking
lineups,
out.
bro.
Bro, it takes me an hour and a half to get like my entire lineup done, like all 13. Like tonight, I'm gonna be fucking cracking it. Like as soon as we get off here, going right
You're
at it.
gonna be yanking it.
Of course, I'm gonna be yanking it, but then I gotta get to the lineups, you know. Like
All right. Anyways, let's
we
get
brought up.
fucking weird, dude. Sorry,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead,
was
Mike.
I
got
trying.
something
just
to say real
did.
quick.
I just did.
No, I just want to talk about some weird shit now.
Oh yeah,
We're
for
gonna get off
sure.
fantasy a little bit here. We're about an hour in, so this is the point where we get weird on Saturday nights / Sunday mornings when you're watching this. So I brought some good stuff here. I got the article we talked about, I think Wednesday or Monday. I can't remember when we talked about Josh and Randy, but Deshaun Kaiser, Aaron Rodgers pressed me on 9/11 conspiracies, and I don't really want to rehash it, but I think it has something to do, or it kind of fills in with my potluck I brought here. So
I think it's
this
hilarious though.
is an article that I read this week. Secret 9/11 memo reveals Bush rewriting the history of the 9/11 attacks and the warnings he'd tuned out. So basically, there's a secret memo of a meeting that was supposed to be secret that no one could hear about, but people out there, they had transcribed what was said. And this article is long. Let's just put it that
Holy
way.
shit.
Like
You'll have
very,
to
very long.
read the article yourself, probably.
George R. R.
Yeah,
Martin
it's
wrote this
Business
article.
Insider. You can go to Business Insider and read it yourself if you want, but I'm just going to summarize it for you. And basically, the summary of this article is George Bush was warned a multitude of times about 9/11, like over and over and over again from everyone. Everyone tried to tell him. He went on vacation, and when he came back from vacation, it was like August 6th, and they were still trying to tell him, like, dude, this shit's going to happen. Like, be ready for attack on our soil. And he would not take them seriously, allegedly. So knowing that Bush knew 9/11 was going to happen and ignored it, this is Building 7, okay? The collapse of Building 7 is up in the air, and I could not find all the articles are just like corporate press bullshit, like literally. But this is basically an article talking about how the North Tower, which is Tower 7, fell, and it collapsed, and no plane hit it, and it was blocks away from the first two towers, and they're claiming that debris from the two towers flew to Building 7, went into the bottom portions of it, and burned uninterrupted for so long that it brought the whole building down. And I can bring up a lot of things, but there has never been in the history of ever a building that had a fire that burned. There's been worse fires in less fortified, I guess, buildings, and they've never they don't it doesn't fall the way that this building fell. It literally fell like free fall, like the
All
first two did. You know what
all
I mean?
three were controlled demolitions.
Yeah, fuel doesn't melt steel beams. Like, I don't care how many times I tell you, it just does not.
And it wasn't
So-
even hit, as you said. It's just there's so many.
I want to get
holes.
your guys' take on 9/11. Basically, is my potluck I brought today. So go ahead, Randy.
Jesse Ventura sure showed me a lot, and I've been on. It's been an inside job since I saw that in like I don't know, freshman year of high school, probably.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, since
It's
I was a
definitely
kid,
a
it's
false
always been the
flag.
question I've always heard. Like, just, dude, like this isn't even political to me at all, and everyone just wants to use shit as like politics, like the left and the right and shit. This is just stupid. Like, obviously, we don't advocate for any violence or anything like against any fucking people like this, especially on our own fucking. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, you care about everybody, but like if it's happening in your home,
I just want to know the truth, man.
it's just crazy, bro. And like, it seems like they just suppressed everything. And now fast forward 10 years. It's like you can see them suppressing everything and hiding everything. So like it's just weird to me because where there's smoke there's fire, you know what I mean? And since I was a kid I've heard this shit. But like no one cares. No one like looks into it, or they get shut down, or whatever happens. You know what I mean? It's just
People are just happy being in a bliss, an NPC bliss.
It's a lot
until
easier to
it's too
hide it
late.
back then too. We didn't have the.
Yeah.
Social media wasn't as prevalent. Yeah.
It's also
Yeah.
one of the only plane crashes where they couldn't find a black box that are indestructible. It's just
Yeah, no
coincidence.
plane debris. There's so much we could talk about, but I'll just say this. If all this happened the way that the government said, it still doesn't make any sense because they wouldn't just tell us what happened. They would not. So you're telling me the United States government would be infiltrated and then tell us exactly what happened? That makes sense to you? Not to me, man. I don't trust anything they say, especially about 9/11.
Yeah.
Question
whole thing-
everything or shut up and be a victim of authority.
The whole thing. That's pretty much what I take away from it, in different words, for real.
Well, as a Green Day
Far
song,
as
you
it
know,
is-
Green Day's a bunch of sellout cucks, so
Well,
whatever.
the CIA has been lying to us for literally since the Depression, and like I know it's fun to make fun of it on American Dad, but like it's for real. They like literally cover shit up all the fucking
I
time.
mean, they
That's their
killed
job.
John F. Kennedy.
I agree with that too. We did that
100%.
shit. Ja-
They
and
fucking
Oswald was
impeached
an easy
Trump
one.
twice. There's so much shit I could talk about. The
And people-
CIA, it's so dirty, dude.
My
Go ahead,
biggest
Ryan.
problem, people just roll their eyes. They're just like, oh,
Yeah.
conspiracy theorist, conspiracy theory, dude. Like, not everything has to be conspiracy, bro. Like, bad shit happens. Like, you can't just act like every fucking bad thing that happens isn't like can't happen. It's just a conspiracy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what
I
people
agree.
act like, dude. They just roll their eyes and they don't even look it up. They just are like, oh, conspiracy theorist. Like, it's like, no, dude. Like, bad shit really fucking.
Just
happens.
look at how Twitter is right now with all these the Twitter drop. All the people on Twitter that are like against it, like trying to be like, Matt Taibbi's just carrying water for the richest person in the world. It's like, dude, are you like that blind? You're that politically motivated, man. It's just crazy to me because I'm not. I'm not politically motivated like that, you know? Like when I
I
was a
seen-
kid and I voted for Obama, it's because I was repudiating George Bush and all the wars. And when I didn't vote in the next election, it's because Obama did the same shit Bush did. And I'm not fucking retarded. I can look back and see everything that happened. You know what I mean? Like people gotta take off their blue and red goggles and stop looking at it through like I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, and just fucking look at the shit, man. Like
They don't look at anything for what it is. They look at it how I can use it against the other.
it's like a
fucking side.
football team. It's like if the Browns were playing the Steelers and we were Browns fans and they were Steelers fans and we were like, we're Democrats and they're Republicans and we're gonna root. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like to me, man. Like, sorry, you guys go ahead. I'm talking
But
too much, bro.
Yeah, no, you're good, bro. But before the game, it's like you have an option for like everything to be cool. Like we just play the game and then we're cool. But it's like they just want to keep fucking playing the game. They don't want the game to ever end, bro. Like it's like
Yeah.
you have to fucking come to a compromise somewhere. You can't just like always be like, no, bad them, good
And
us.
if you try to be like, look, dude, the game's not working out. Like we cannot live together. You know what I mean? Like your views are so different than mine. We should just not be in the same country. They
Yeah.
can't stand that either. Both sides. They want to
Yeah,
fucking
on
control
either
you. They
side.
want to rule you. They want to fucking I can't stand it, man.
I'm a free bird, man, and like
Me
they
too.
won't ever control me. I mean, I guess I've been free like to the extent of like being able to be free.
As much as you can.
Yeah,
You still pay
as free as I
taxes
can
and
be.
shit, you know?
But it's like if it goes beyond anything, like there's a line, bro.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
you can't just, and there's a lot of lines.
And the
like,
lines have been crossed in
I feel like
states
the
in this
lines, like
country.
all the lines are like right around me, and I'm like they're about to cross all of them, bro. And it's just like I don't know.
I mean, look what's going on in China right now. There's a line, bro.
That's what I mean. And people just like don't care because it's not happening to them, and it drives me fucking insane. Like
Yeah.
everyone,
it's
anyone I try
wild.
to like have a conversation
is
about,
wild,
they just
man.
like get mad and they like yell about some stupid shit. Like their brain can't fucking handle anything.
Yeah,
but
they
like
just put
being
their
able to-
fingers in their ears and no, 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 no.
I'm not talking about politics. I'm not talking about fucking politics either. I'm talking about what's happening and like
Talking about
why
real
you
life.
why you should have your eyes open.
You made everything politics, not me. You know what I mean? Like
I'm not
every
political at
fucking
all.
opinion I have, not you. I'm just saying like them.
No. Yeah, that's what I mean too.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
just made everything political. Everything's political
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
Crazy.
And if you
but
don't
just-
agree,
just
then
me
you're the devil.
personally, like I'm not political at all. Is all I'm saying. Like, and they just want to use politics. They just like in the name of politics, they're like, nope, not listening to you. You're right. Whatever. I'm like, no, I'm actually not.
I'm not
because-
right wing at all. My thing is this. I grew up and I was anti-authority my whole fucking life. And when I turned 18, it was Obama versus John McCain coming straight off George Bush. And I'm like, I'm voting for Obama because fuck George Bush and all these wars. But then I vote for Obama and I pay attention and Obama does all the shit that George Bush was doing. The same fucking shit. So I'm not going to vote. I literally sat out the next election. I didn't vote for Mitt Romney. I'm not voting for Barack Obama. Like, what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like politics are bullshit, man. Because it's like I'm not on either side. I'll vote for anyone that I think would be a good president. Legitimately, I would. But like if our options are Joe Biden and Donald Trump, bro, we're fucked.
Yeah, with so much power, like you're
Legitimately.
basically voting for the same thing you're voting for.
That was
You-
actually embarrassing to watch when they went against each other too.
Well, I mean, it's just as bad as Hillary and Trump. The same
Yeah,
thing.
like what the fuck is this? What have we come to?
Like watching two kids fight over a fucking remote or something.
Exactly.
I have two unpopular and popular opinions.
Well,
Fuck
hit
Donald
us
Trump.
with them.
Fuck
Yep.
Joe Biden.
Yep.
Fuck
100%.
Hillary Clinton. Fuck all those
Fuck
people.
Captain Warp
You
Speed,
don't
man.
have to pick one. You don't have to like. I don't think people.
I
understand
voted
that.
for Trump, and I would say fuck Donald Trump. I'll never vote for him again, man. So that's how I feel.
He was better, but it's not good enough. Like I
No.
made this weird gay
Dude.
analogy where it's like, do you want to go to an island? I asked my little brother. And I'm like, I don't. Okay, we're getting weird.
Do it.
And I'm like, would you want to go to an island where you get fucked once in the ass every day, or would you want to go to an island where you get fucked twice in the ass every day?
That's
Like
Dude-
obviously you're
dude.
gonna
It's
go to
South
the,
Park, Randy.
Yeah.
Giant douche or turd sandwich, dude.
Yeah.
That's what you got. Those are your options, dude.
It's crazy. He's like, well, I'm gonna go to the island with the one time. I'm like, why?
It's like,
I'm
okay, then
he's
you
like,
go
where would
ahead
you
and
go?
go
I'm
vote
like,
for
I'm not
Donald
going to
Trump and
either
get
of the
fucked in the
islands,
ass
bro.
once, dude. Like, god damn it.
Shows how bad Hillary was too. Like I think was it Bill Burr said it was like throwing 7 interceptions and still winning the fucking game.
That is what it was like with Trump.
Like
He threw 7 interceptions and Biden threw 6. Now we have Joe Biden. God damn it, dude.
I don't know why my brain thinks in gay analogies, but you know that's where we're at now.
I mean, I agree with you, man. Crazy. You know, one day Twitter's gonna let us put 2-hour-long videos on, and we're not gonna give a shit about YouTube things. We're gonna say whatever the fuck we want. It's gonna be great. Dude.
Hell yes.
We're gonna post this shit on Twitter and get a bunch of
We
fucking...
might as well just do that anyways because like that's
Damn,
gonna
I
happen
should have
soon.
pimped our Twitter at the beginning of this.
Botheads FF Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter if you're still honestly, if you're still watching it at this point, please follow us on Twitter.
And you're new followers.
If you haven't clicked that big X at the top right, you should hit it
I
up.
want to put it at the very beginning sometime.
my
I
boys
tried
in the
to last time.
Netherlands
Yeah, Twitter.
thinking
hit
about
us
you.
up. Twitter's fucking sick right now. Elon Musk is changing things on Twitter, so get on Twitter and follow us. So
Hell yeah.
And tell
All
everybody
right.
in the Netherlands, dude, while you're biking. You really tall people.
they're busy getting fucking World Economic Forumed by their government. You see that video I showed you, Randy, where they were what are they doing? They're literally going and like taking tractors away from farmers so they can't farm because they're not allowed to use the fertilizer and the fuel it takes to run the tractors in the Netherlands.
Tractor control. Imagine.
Crazy.
There's no ulterior motives. It's all just
Oh, no.
for the people.
Bill Gates will literally tell you he wants people to die. He'll tell you that. Watch his TED Talk. It's not a secret.
Yo, you know
Just
when they say there's
saying.
too many people? Like there's too many people. Too many
Bill Gates
population.
says that a
Yeah.
lot.
What does
a
that
lot.
mean though? Like don't
They
think
said we
of
need to
it-
get rid of carbon. What carbon are you trying to get rid of, Bill Gates? Whose carbon are you trying to get rid of? Not your carbon.
You know how I take what he said?
He
But
wants
people are like,
to
oh,
kill
there's too many
people.
people. That means like they think about it in the way of the people. But like there's too many people means that, oh my God, like these people are pissed. There's the internet. There's too many of them. We can't fucking hold on to what we have if they want to take it from us. Because to him, like too many people probably means like he just says it bluntly. He's like, yeah, no, there's just too many people. We need medicine to improve so we can change that.
Yeah,
It's like, what does
no.
that mean, my guy?
Have you guys, Josh and Mike, have you guys seen that TED Talk from Bill Gates?
Oh yeah. I've seen clips
Josh, you
of it.
should watch it sometime, bro. He literally
Really?
says something crazy like, I can't say the exact quote, but I'll give you the gist of it. We need modern medicine to advance so we can lower the population.
Yeah,
Oh, I did
Explain
see
that
that
to me.
shit,
he said
dude.
that like live. Like,
That is
his-
crazy.
Yeah.
And what's been happening the past few years, and what's that thing that they've been putting into everyone? Okay, sorry, never mind. Let's move on before we get
In the
banned on
name of some
YouTube, dude.
flu, fuck YouTube.
Please, Twitter, please give us 2-hour-long videos.
I actually
so we can
hope
say
they
whatever
ban
we
us
want.
on YouTube, bro, because then we can be like, fuck YouTube, they ban us on YouTube, right? Like,
A ban from
Yeah, we'll
YouTube.
go on
dude.
Twitter
It's
and
gonna
be
go
like,
on my
we're banned on
resume.
YouTube.
I'm gonna put
I
that on
hope-
my resume.
Today in his Q&A, Elon was saying that one of his number one priorities is getting his engineers to work on like getting longer videos on Twitter. So If that is the case, we'll post our shit on Twitter, man.
Did you read
For
in?
real.
I don't want to misquote because I'm drunk and like I don't know. But did you read anything about that? Like what? Like section 203, that whatever.
230, section 2. This has
230.
been in the news for years. Yeah, they're talking about how for a few years, not forever, but yeah, it basically means section 230's just is that if you own like Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, you're not responsible for the shit that people post on your platform. Right?
Oh,
But
so if you
it's
take it
in
away, that makes it
question now.
impossible for
It's
them
in
to run the
question now
site.
because Elon has taken over Twitter and basically been like, "Yo, we're gonna bring free speech back," and they're like, "You can't do that."
Yeah,
So
so
now
they
they're
try to
gonna.
take it away in one way, and then
So if
now
they
that
do
there's
that,
no.
social media will be over though,
Yeah, because you
like
can't.
100%.
It's impossible to. If you have a million people
YouTube
on your
has
thing, it's
millions of people
impossible.
uploading videos. They
You
can't.
never. They couldn't have anyone go live ever.
Yeah.
Because you
Or
can't
post a
monitor all
video
of it.
ever.
Yeah.
You post a video, you have to have like a 24-hour waiting period where they can have somebody go and make sure it's not fucked.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. So,
It's not even-
you guys ready to get
Just-
into this?
I just
sorry,
hope
go
people
ahead.
don't blindly just like go to things in the name of like whatever. You know what I mean? It's like just because you see someone says that something's bad, like just look at it, research it yourself. Like, don't go to the same source, go to a different source. Look at both sides, look at everything, and just like come to a decision. Like people,
Be a
Question
free
everything.
thinker, man. Yeah, for real.
People just like to read the big bold letters.
Yep, and never read the article. That's what fucking makes me so mad. Because I read the articles and it's like, dude, the headline was so misleading, and everybody just reads the headline and scrolls on. You know?
George Carlin
gotta
tried to
take
tell us for
out
50 years they don't
Sorry.
want us having free thinking people in this country, and he was absolutely right.
I mean, God, we
Sorry to
should
interrupt,
just
Brandon.
do a Rumble only exclusive and just talk about all the conspiracy theories that I fucking know about, because there'd be so many. Because I really want to talk about like fluoride in the water and just so
Bring
much
Uncle
shit that I would
Jeff
talk
on,
about.
dude.
Dude, Josh.
I'll
If we
talk
do
to
a
him.
Rumble exclusive, will Uncle
I'll
Jeff
do
come on
it.
our podcast, bro?
I'll talk to him.
No, fuck it. We'll put it on YouTube and get banned. I don't give a
Yeah, who
fuck,
cares?
dude.
Like I
We're
love
gonna have
fantasy
Swan
football,
and Uncle
man.
Jeff on next week. Let's go, dude. We're gonna have a huge show next week.
But
You
there's
gotta
shit
get.
that just matters.
Oh,
Like
dude, we gotta get Cole on here and bring up
so much more. This shit's crazy.
a
What's
lot of
happening right
stuff.
now, man. I don't want people just to ignore it and just let the government break their own fucking rules with like a blind eye and just sit
Yeah,
there
the
until
little bit of
they're
rules that we even
literally.
have.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like what?
Crazy,
They're
man.
I
fucking
hate it.
talking about how American citizens need to just be okay with getting rid of their freedom. It's like, get fucked,
Mm.
dude.
Once
Honestly,
they
suck
take
my
an
Mm.
inch, they
whole
take a
asshole.
mile. Have they never heard that? Like it's
That's
history.
what
You
I'm
can just like look
saying,
back.
dude.
It's crazy to me, bro. That people are just so willing to just give up everything.
Because they don't care about history.
Because once you give up one thing, you give up fucking everything, dude.
Being a libertarian, what I've learned is people don't care about liberty, dude. They just don't. I don't know
As long as
why.
their life is fine and they can go
They
and
want
eat
to be
their whatever
safe.
and
They
yeah.
care more about being safe than being fucking free.
And once
Giving
you
up
do
one
that,
thing might not give up everything, but it definitely opens the door for them to try and take it from
When
you.
you have the
100%.
United States government there waiting for you to give up one thing, and that one of two things, freedom of speech, the First and Second Amendments are key. If they take one of those two, we're
100%.
fucked.
I heard someone say
Fucked.
once people are willing to give up their freedom for safety, they lose both.
Yeah, Benjamin Franklin. He also said it's better that 10 innocent or 10 guilty people walk free than one innocent person suffers. That's Benjamin
It
Franklin.
really is,
too.
man.
Yeah, it does. Because you can't prosecute innocent people. Like you just can't. But that's why I'm
Oh,
against the
that's
death
what I was.
penalty.
I forgot my point earlier. Like, I don't like in the name of whatever, like in the name of hate. You know what I mean? Like, there's like, oh, this person's bad. It's just crazy, bro. Like, you can't just use like, dude. I don't know. I don't even know. It's just so crazy. You can't take away like sounds and like symbols that I can
Mouth
put on a
noises?
thing, bro. Like, it's just crazy to me.
All right, we got
Once they take away
7.
that, it's like, what else are you gonna take from me?
I agree. We got 7 minutes though, and we got to get into Josh's story here. So Jerry Jones responds to LeBron James' criticism of media not asking him about old desegregation protest photo. I don't know anybody that I respect more. That's what Jerry Jones said. Oof. So basically, LeBron James was mad because the media didn't ask him about Jerry Jones's photo, which I hope they include the photo in this, and they don't. What a joke. This
Send
article
it to you.
sucks, dude. But let's see
Fuck
if I
LeBron.
can...
Fuck.
Jerry Jones segregation.
Why would anybody ask LeBron about that anyway? It's not even the same fucking
Because
sport.
it's a racial thing, and he wants
Oh
to
yeah, Cody, I
fucking be
completely
at the center
forgot,
of
dude.
it.
I came back and I was gonna ask you a question. Like on Tim Pool when he got kicked off and he said something about LeBron. He had 3.5 hours. He didn't mention one thing about him that I seen.
I know he didn't talk about LeBron at all and Alex
That's weird,
Jones.
isn't it?
So this is the photo LeBron was whinging about, some would say. So this is Josh. You said he what, 14 or 15 or something?
14, yeah, 1957.
This is 14-year-old Jerry Jones looking on some kind of racial fight or something. Whatever. It doesn't matter. He's not doing anything. Why is this even news? Why does LeBron care? And why would LeBron ever want the media to ask him, a basketball player for Los Angeles Lakers, about the owner of the Cowboys like 60 or what, 80 freaking years ago or however long ago? It's just so stupid. LeBron
It's like
is
you're good
such
at
a
basketball,
fucking
bro. Do you really
douchebag,
think
man.
your opinion matters that much? Like, why the fuck would they ask
He
you? Like, no one fucking
does,
cares what you think,
dude.
bro. Why didn't they ask me?
He does.
Why didn't they ask me
He
about
does.
that photo? I'd be like, well, it looks like he was standing there. Fucking retard. Like,
I don't even understand why our fucking culture is so soft that this has to even be brought up, dude. 1957, we're gonna sit here and judge a man for standing in a crowd in 1957 when he
a
was 14
kid, a
years old.
child. Yeah, like, what?
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, he
have
wasn't
we
even a
come
man
to?
at that time, right?
How
They tried to
dare
cancel
you have
John Wayne
been
this year.
born there and been in that situation to where you were standing there?
What are you gonna do,
around
dig
those
him up
people?
and yell at
American
him?
hero, dude.
LeBron's such a fucking cuck, dude. He sits here and
Yeah.
acts like he cares about, oh, we need to talk about this. Well, why don't we need to be talking about what's going on in China right now, huh? Is it because they fucking give you $1 billion fucking deal for Nike, you stupid fucking
Because they have
communist?
slaves to make your fucking shoes for you. Exactly.
Under the age of 5.
Crazy, man. It's
If you
wild,
have
man.
that much of a following and you really want your opinions and your views to be pushed onto people, why not just have full conspiracy? Why don't you just open up your phone, LeBron, and click on your Google search and let's see what you look up, bro? Like, let's see who you're talking to in your fucking messages, bro. Like, I don't want that. Like, I believe that you shouldn't have to do that. But if as a basketball player, if you want your opinion to matter that fucking much and you want to have influence, like, shouldn't it be clean? Shouldn't it be clear? Like, 'cause I
No,
don't
I
trust
agree.
him at all.
Those are his principles that you're holding him to, and that's the
Oh, I can't
difference.
do
Like
that.
our
That's
principles
racist,
are
right?
different. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
No, it's
Crazy.
just you can't do that. Yeah, another double standard.
He's a
Just
notoriously bad tipper too. I know that has nothing to do with this, but it just
He's
makes him more of a piece
horrible.
of shit.
He's horrible at everything that's not basketball. I remember when he
What
pretended to
makes-
read that fucking book, that communist book or Malcolm X book or some shit. Remember that? He was pretending to read it, and they asked him about it, and he was like, I don't know. I just started it." Like, dude, you got the book open halfway through, acting like you're fucking reading it, and you're not even fucking reading it, man. Like, you're a joke. Or Jalen Ramsey calling him out. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast or not, but like Jalen Ramsey
think
calling
we
him
might
out,
have.
pretending like he's a fucking Madden genius or something. Like, dude, what a joke.
My
Calling out
point is-
Kyrie over
yeah.
his Negroes to Hebrew, Hebrews and whatever. Calling out
Stupid,
Kyrie for that
a
fucking
link,
shit
bro,
on
like,
Amazon.
A
Like,
book that
dude, go
someone
fuck
else
yourself.
wrote, or a documentary that someone else filmed and
And he
produced,
didn't
like,
even add, Kyrie didn't even add anything to it. He just retweeted the link to an Amazon site, and they left the fucking thing on Amazon. So how are you gonna kill Kyrie and not Jeff Bezos? Are you kidding me? I can't.
Can
It
I ask
makes
you
me
guys a
mad, man.
question?
Yeah.
Why does this billionaire, millionaire, whatever basketball player, why does his opinion on something matter more than mine? It's like, why does he expect the fucking news to ask him? Like, I don't, just because he has people, like a million people following him, that's even more dangerous. Like sure, dude, say whatever you want, but like, you shouldn't expect them to come seeking your opinion. Like, LeBron can have his opinion, he can say whatever he wants, albeit retarded or not. But like, it's like me expecting them to come and ask me, bro. Like, what do you think, Randy? It's like,
Pretty entitled
Imagine
to think
the
somebody wants to
paparazzi
know.
outside Randy's house, like, Randy, what do you think about this?
dude, for
He
real,
comes
it
out
just-
with
it
a
just-
dab.
Dude,
It's
could you
stupid to
just
me.
smoking a blunt? Like,
You just imagine that you're in a position of power and you're 80 something years old or whatever, and some dude pulls up a picture of you when you were 14 years old and fucking stupid and tries to say that he has a right to be asked questions about you. It's just
not
so
even.
fucking cringe, man.
When you're 14, you're an onlooker. You're not even
Yeah.
If it was a video of him like maliciously beating a black person, I'd be like, holy shit, that looks
That's
pretty
fucked
bad.
up.
You know what I mean? But like,
What?
he's just looking. He's not doing anything, dude. Like, what?
I think his opinion holds the same like value as my opinion. His is just more
No,
influential.
I would hold your opinion 100 times higher than LeBron's.
How do we know
100
he's not
times.
scouting? I mean,
His
So
is more
you're
influential,
not
you
a
know?
commie
Yeah.
and not a retard. Yes, I'll take your opinion for sure.
He's just
100%.
maybe
crazy
he's
to me,
scouting to
like-
see how physical they are.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, he's fucking scouting for the Cowboys in 10 years. Like, I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
he's looking ahead. If anything, that's progressive, right?
I just hate LeBron.
Yeah, me too. That
Me
you said
too,
7 minutes.
dude.
We're gonna have to go a little bit late, Josh. Sorry.
You can go whenever you want, Josh. We can keep going for a little bit.
All right,
Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
go then.
All right,
I'm
brother.
I
tired.
feel it, bro.
Yeah,
Good
you
night.
look
Hey,
tired, bro.
mailman Josh. He's got a job. He's got
You,
shit to do,
you
man.
can't show me this guy and then
We love you,
so you
Josh.
got 7 minutes to tell
Love you
you how
guys.
dumb he
Love you
is.
too, brother.
Later, bro.
I just hate LeBron,
Oh
and I
yeah, me
think he's a
too.
piece of
Yeah,
shit.
let's get Josh some final
I
words
can't
here. Go
believe
ahead,
you
Josh.
even.
And I hope that China gets their shit figured out, and they just burn all this fucking shit to the ground, and he has nothing at the end of it. Fucking piece of shit, dick face. I'm just joking. Hope he has a good life. He's still an idiot though.
I hope he
Later.
has a good life, but I hope they burn down the CCP and you can't make free shoes anymore.
That'd be sweet.
Care if he has a good life. Fuck him. He left
Damn,
Cleveland
honestly.
twice.
He's had a
Fuck
good
him.
enough life already. Fuck him.
Later.
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 Jeez.
Alright.
Fuck LeBron and his life. He's got it better than I have every day.
We can go for maybe 30 more minutes, but then I think I'll be done. So
I just wanted to do my little article. It was gonna take me like
Alright.
3 minutes.
send that shit to me, Randy.
I did. You need it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
It's the archive.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
overthinking my
shit.
lineup all night anyway. It doesn't matter. I always overthink that shit. Now it's
This
making me
one?
wonder if
No.
No?
Maybe it doesn't send.
10 best fantasy football seasons in NFL history?
It's the one right above it.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, we got it.
So I was thinking, like, where did fantasy football come from?
good question.
I was impressed with your thoughts.
Let me bring up this
I
article.
was like, why didn't I think of that? That's what I thought when you
That's what
fucking
I
sent that
just
to me.
I just thought of that. Like, why didn't I think of this before? Like, as much time as I spend in the fucking bathroom on my phone, how come I didn't think of this?
Yeah, this is actually his granddaughter wrote this article like in a newspaper 8 years ago or some shit. Because, dude, typing in fantasy football and like trying to search up something literally just
yeah.
brings up rankings, like floods of rankings from 2022 and 2021 and 20. It's just too big to find shit. So
I'm so tired of people's rankings. That's why I don't want to make this some like expert podcast. We're like, come check out our rankings and pay us $15.99 a month and you can get all of our rankings. Like, fuck that, dude.
Join our
So
Patreon.
It's so oversaturated. That like whole fantasy football, like who to start, who to sit, waiver wire, blah blah blah. Like that shit's just oversaturated.
And then you
Go
get
ahead,
yeah,
Randy.
that
faggots
shit's
like
cool, but
Mason.
it should be like a secondary thing. It's like come hang out with us, talk with some shit, like give your opinion. If you have a question about who to start, sure, ask in the
We'll
comments.
give
of
you our
Discord.
opinion, but it's
yeah.
not like I know. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna pretend to be some expert that knows. You know what I mean?
And
Because
all
no
they
one
do
knows.
is they look at what every other expert says and they just like move a couple pieces around a little bit and like, oh, I have him ranked 5 and not 7. I'm so
I
Right.
would say we have credibility though that we are like hardcore fantasy football fans though. Like
Oh yeah, sure.
like
But we're
we
not.
live
I
this
don't
shit.
think anyone's
but
an
I'm sure
expert
they are
though. Is
too,
my
though.
point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, they are too.
Oh, if
My
they're
point
looking
is
up
like if
this, yeah.
somebody's saying that they're an expert, they have the same information that we have. They're just using their own like opinions with the same information that we have.
Yeah.
So like calling yourself an expert is retarded, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just like yeah, exactly.
Looking at
Unless you have some
Mason.
kind of crazy inside information that no one else has, but like come
Yeah,
on,
like I
man.
think the definition of being like a professional expert or something is like 10,000 hours of doing it. So like
Well then
I
maybe
guess,
I am an expert, but
yeah,
come on. Man.
technically, but they're not using it that way. They're like, oh, we know what we're talking about over here.
How much do you
Right,
go
we
off
have some
Matthew Berry though?
information.
Like
So
realistically.
this is a little bit older, right?
Right.
So I'm sure
Go
there's
ahead,
way
Randy.
more people than 26 million now.
Now, yeah.
But in
When was this
2014,
article?
2014. But it was from his granddaughter or grandson, I'm not sure, who wrote the article about him.
Quarren now, yeah.
So every Sunday, more than 26 million players come together in battle because of one man, my grandfather, Wilfred Bill Winkenbach. I don't know if that's how his name's. I probably butchered it.
Winkenbach. What a name, dude.
People call him Wink. So
Wilfred Wink.
So Wink
My
is a
man Wink.
businessman and limited partner with the Oakland Raiders. He came up with an idea for fantasy football after having played it with his friends. They would play golf and shit. Like the idea came from he's like, well, you pick 4 golfers and I'll pick 4 golfers, and whoever has the lowest score wins whatever money, you know. So he
Right.
did that back in the 1950s. I read a shit ton of articles about it, but they're all like framed weird and I don't know. So
That's how everything is anymore, man.
yeah, so I went back to 2014 to find some actually just like real words on my page.
That's what
without
you
all the
literally
bullshit.
have to do, dude. Every article. I was trying to find an article about. Sorry to sidetrack this.
No, we're
I
good.
tried to find an article about Building 7 for so long today, dude.
It's buried.
Everything
very,
is just corporate bullshit. Everything. It's like, oh, the conspiracy theorists think that a fire in the bottom can't just bring a tower down free fall speed. Like, yeah, I guess, dude. If I'm
And
a
then they can just
conspiracy
water
theorist,
down everything with so many
that's what
different
they
articles with
do.
different things. Water it down,
They
water it
all
down,
carry
bury it,
water
bury it.
for the state, dude. The state literally subsidizes them and gives them money, and then they do whatever they want. Sorry, go ahead, Randy. They say
No,
what the
just
state
like,
wants. I mean,
dude, there was like a CBS Sports, like an ESPN article, and I'm like, this is doggy.
Fuck
It's like you guys
ESPN.
aren't even telling me what I want to know. You have all these ads up, you have all this bullshit up. So I literally went. This is news like archives, like from a newspaper, like literally, like it was published in a newspaper, dude.
And Naples. It's Naples.
Naples, Florida.
Maybe. Yeah. I think that's where it is. There, California or something like that.
Oakland Tribune, it says. San Francisco Examiner. I don't know.
So fantasy sports publications labeled him the single most innovative force in the history of fantasy sports. The game we know as fantasy football was born in a room of a Manhattan hotel when Wink threw out his new idea for a discussion on a road trip with the Oakland Raiders back in 1962.
It's back that far,
So
huh?
1962 is when he came up with fantasy.
Yep, he was doing like his golf shit in the
Damn.
50s, and they put it into that.
It's older
That's
than both my parents.
crazy. Me too.
Yeah, so next Saturday I'll have this other shit like that goes back and like the history of fantasy football and like who had the best seasons ever, and like it's calculated into PPR. Dude, such a headache. I almost did it myself and made my own thing because I can only go back to 2002 though.
I love the idea though. I really do.
Me
So
too. That sucks. You going back to 2002 though.
yeah, on this one thing that I found, it was
It's
the best one that I
long
found.
enough though to have some good stats though. You know, 20
Dude,
years is
it's
a long
crazy. 'Cause
time,
all you gotta
dude.
do is click it, and you can click on running back all the way back to like 20 years. You know, and every single year, running back, wide receiver, tight end. See how many catches, how many yards. How it shows everything, bro. I'll show you this shit sometime. But anyways, it says though I was involved, Wink deserves a lion's share of the credit for developing the game. Sterling said he was one of his friends that would do the golf thing with him. There's like him and two other people. And it said we chipped in with rules, but the gem of inspiration was these earlier games he played with golf and baseball. He was the ultimate sports fan. He was always talking about sports at work, at the health club, everywhere. So when I got to this point, I was like, this guy's way ahead of his time.
Oh yeah.
Bro, he seems like a time traveler, bro.
Probably is.
So it's like,
I salute this man. This man sets up
Well,
like
if I would just believe
half my
anything, he's
year.
probably a time traveler. Yes, he was. Like, goddamn.
so our league, we should dedicate one of our leagues to the name of their league.
Wink.
Upon their return home, the so-called founding fathers started the world's first fantasy football league, the Greater Oakland Professional Pigskin Prognosticators League.
The Greater Wakeman.
Bro, that is such a long name, but I love it. Like, we should make one that's like
the Greater
as
Wakeman
long as the
Professional
two brothers
Pigskin
fucking
Prognosticators League.
Rick and Morty fucking title.
It's
Like,
just called Two Brothers. It's
two
just called fantasy
brothers.
football.
I'm catching up on that show, by the way. It's getting. I'm like almost to season
So
6.
the GOPPPL. Sorry, folks. I'm drunk. Not really, but met on lunch on Monday, and Wink needed to have the stats ready to determine the winners and losers. That like goes back into like he had to like find out what everyone did and shit. You know, like we were talking about the newspapers and shit earlier.
Can you imagine nowadays, like all the boys together drafting out of a newspaper? Like if we didn't have the technology, that'd be kind of
There
like.
would
No,
have
you
to be
didn't draft
somebody
out of it.
that.
You found the stats, Mike, out of it.
Yeah, you had
You
to
like
find the
looked up
stats
what they
every
did, and you had to
week.
write everything down, like how many points.
There was no
God.
app. There was no app to
Yeah,
just
I
look
meant
at.
like no
Somebody
app.
had
Like
to
that's
get the stats
insane.
together every single week. Somebody had to be the commissioner and get all the stats every single week from the newspaper and be like, all right, you won, you like that. That's crazy.
That dude would have to have so much time on
The
a Tuesday
drafting
to
part
figure
was
that out.
easy. It would just be like our old school drafts where we would just write down what everyone picked, but the getting all the stats shit, that shit wasn't given to you back then. So this dude's way ahead of his time. But anyways, Jerry also recalls how much the losers were ribbed. This really made me think about you, Mike.
All right, yeah,
I was
good.
reading it earlier. At
Because
those
you're always
weekly
trying to
luncheons,
fucking.
as the original 1963 1963 rule stated, lack of skill or study will also afford the heaviest loser the yearly trophy, symbolic of the loser's ineptness in this grueling contest.
Jesus,
How far ahead
that's
of his
just
time?
brutal.
Dude, that's like
I
we
salute
even
this
had a
man.
trophy made with a wooden football face and a dunce camp for the guy who came in last each year.
And Mike wanted us to get a ball sack trophy, and there it is. So
All
bring it
right,
down
put it
a
in the
little
frame
bit,
a little bit more.
a little bit down.
If
There
I
you
come in
go.
last place, ladies and gentlemen, I
Looks
get to
the,
put that in my mouth.
What
I put the on it.
he gets to.
Mike gets to put that in his mouth. If he
So
leaves.
that's
Do
what
I
I mean.
just
Like
do we
we
put
do
the
that
label
shit,
maker over it for
and we
bot
don't
heads though?
even realize it. And that was what, like
Yeah, I
60
can do that.
freaking years
I'll bring it
ago,
over.
man. 60 years ago, this guy is doing this shit and making a like losers trophy and shit.
I love it.
The rest is just a bunch of bullshit, pretty much.
I love that you
That's
took
cool,
the
though.
time to research this, and I'm very happy about it because this is fucking awesome shit.
It's cool because I remember fantasy like that. Like I was saying, man. I remember I was in trouble and I didn't go to school for something, and Matt was like winning a fucking fantasy Super Bowl on Monday. And he was like, "Oh man, I gotta count up all my stats from yesterday, like Jamal Lewis and Brett Favre and shit." And I was like, "That's so cool! Can't wait till I can play fantasy football." Get
How
12-year-old
excited
kid,
I
you know?
got when I played in my cousin's league. Man, like when Kyle Rudolph was the first one I saw get a touchdown on my team. Yeah, that's my tight end at the time.
Yeah, those kids sucked, and you just got like the most retarded team that year. I remember like CMC and Le'Veon Bell. I was
Well,
like, those are
yeah,
like the third and fourth picks in
Tyreek
the
Hill.
draft. There's no way you get both those players on your team. Who are you drafting with? Like,
One dude drafted Gronk in the first round, and I was like, I might win
that's
this
how you
whole
end up with
thing.
Le'Veon Bell and CMC on your team.
I got Le'Veon Bell at
Right
2.
there.
The guy before me took
Oh.
David Johnson because it was a debate that year who was going first, and I was
Yeah.
praying he would go David Johnson. I was like, dude, I'm taking Le'Veon Bell all day. He kills the Ravens.
It
Like,
was a 8-man too.
was it?
So
First
if
ever
people
league.
if people made crappy picks in like a less player league, then it's even more likely that the good players fall back to, you know? So that's probably how you end up with like CMC, Le'Veon Bell, Tyreek, like the dream team that year in that league.
Yo, you guys know Stephon Diggs is wide receiver 1 right now. I know he
Oh,
played
he played
already.
Thursday.
Yeah, but without that,
I predicted that
he
last year.
surprises me. He's been kind of quiet, right? Like, or is that just me how I take it?
How many
he's
shares
kinda
of him do you have? Because he blows up my phone like weekly.
I don't have
I
much
don't have
shares of
any.
him in our leagues, no. And dude, you know Christian Kirk is the 10th highest scoring wide receiver.
He's wide receiver 1 with a 22-point week 13 before anyone else has played, though,
He
to be
is
fair. He has through his bye, though.
I thought he was going to be wide receiver 1 last year at the end of the year, and he was not because Cooper Kupp is a god
I'll show you this real
when
quick.
he's healthy.
I found the scraps of the bullshit.
Oh, yeah, I think you have the game of the week again this week, Mike. We didn't talk about it, but you're playing something
TJ?
Dingleberry that matters. Or no?
It's TJ. I don't know if is it the game of the week?
Oh, I
You
think
and
Josh and
you-
Keefe might actually be the game of the
What about
week.
you and Kelson?
We're both in the playoffs already, pretty much. Trey would need a miracle to not make the playoffs.
I need to win this game, and I need Josh to win this game because
I
Keith
say-
is
I've
up
already
my
clinched.
ass.
Randy's already clinched, and Swan's already clinched.
Yeah, and Keith is
Josh
right
and
below
Trey are
me.
right there. You and Keefe are fighting for the last spot,
And
pretty
if
much.
I
Unless Josh
lose-
loses twice. He has Keefe, and then TJ. Josh could lose twice.
I got Keith next week. Oh man,
It's getting
this is
hairy,
a
boys.
brutal fucking schedule for me this year. I didn't play Bambi twice,
Mike, I
TJ
really want you
twice,
to make the
or Sheep
playoffs,
twice.
dude.
I want to so bad.
Just so we can talk about it on the podcast. Playing.
I mean, man.
This is the one league we can all make the playoffs in.
That
Mike,
makes
I'm
me
please.
trying.
nervous, though, Mike. Man, if Mike, dude, there's an opportunity for Mike to eliminate me in Dingleberry this year. Like, whew.
We can
Ooh.
only
I
hope.
don't know. I don't know, man. I got
You
pretty
almost beat
unlucky
me
against.
when we played last time.
It'd be funny.
Yeah, but I got
Oh,
really unlucky with
no,
Rondell
please,
Moore.
no.
Yeah, but you'll be all right. I think Travis Etienne's really going to turn around, and reminder: Stevenson has really given you like a boost this year.
Mike, you should not be in the
ETN, I
position
want-
that you are in at all. Look
I
at how
agree.
many points Keefe has scored.
Oh yeah, I'm one of the lowest scoring playoff teams right now. It's crazy.
15.
If not the.
I kind of really do hope that Mike makes it because that's pretty funny.
I wanted to make it just because I think it would make the podcast better with all 4 of us in the
Oh,
playoffs in
yeah.
Dingleberry.
Well, I want to make it because I want to win too. But, I mean,
Imagine being knocked out of the playoffs with 500 points scored more than the next person that made it.
dude, I can't lose this week. I need
400, but I do agree with you.
ETN.
It's crazy.
fucked my ass on Sunday.
Oh
Dude.
wow. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Fucked me
it
so
wasn't the
hard,
first
dude.
time.
No,
I'm
dude, I
just
was
kidding.
scratching and clawing. He kept dragging me back. He's like,
Dude,
"No, you're
when
not going anywhere."
ETN went down, all three of us were literally sitting like me, Randy, Mike, and I just felt like the fucking entire room just be like,
I threw my hat on the ground right
we
away.
have three like big leagues we're in, and it's like bot heads. I have ETN, Dingleberry, Mike has ETN, and then Prestige Randy has ETN.
You could feel all the happiness behind us because
It was
Josh
like a
was
balloon
playing
got
me.
like
So
Yeah, there was a lot of negative energy.
the air just went straight out of the room, dude. It was horrible.
and then fucking
Shit,
Tucker
I wish
missed
I'd
a
injured him,
67
man.
yarder. That was a rough
Oh.
10 minutes.
Oh, poor Ravens. Oh, watch me cry.
They
for
should
the
be
Ravens.
undefeated.
Fuck the Ravens. Almost as much as the Steelers, but not quite.
I think
Talk
the
about some-
Steelers did 9/11 actually. We're gonna get into some
There's a Twitter
conspiracy.
account that every day tweets a new thing did 9/11. That shit's so funny. It's like shoes did 9/11. Like Windows did 9/11. Okay.
Windows 97 did it.
All right, and then Bothead's the big league. Randy, you've basically locked up the one seed, you fucking dick. You couldn't
Motherfucker.
lose a couple games. Come
I don't
on,
want
bro.
to say anything about
Well,
anything.
we're talking about it, so let's hear it, Randy.
I have been lucky
Coasting?
enough to have a good year this year in Botheads. My team
So the opposite of my
my
Dingleberry.
team has scored a lot of points. I didn't make enough moves near the end of the season, in my opinion. I have some people locked up on my roster that I do not really
Like, Benjamin.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I wish I would have picked up that Rams running back over him for sure. But at the same time, Damian Harris has been struggling and getting 8 yards in 2 games in a row. So Houston might just be like, okay, Damian.
You mean Pierce?
give it-
You
Yeah.
still have Rex Burkett? Oh, you have Eno. Okay.
Rex
I thought you
Salt
still didn't you pay like $100 jillion for Rex Burkett?
I don't think so.
Can I look at how much you paid for him?
Yeah.
There's transactions on here
I
somewhere.
think it's by like 40, maybe 60.
47. Half your fab on Rex freaking
You
Soft
spent
dude?
100 on Curtis Samuel and Andy's, didn't you?
I would do that too. I
This
think I
is the
did.
best year that I've had on the waiver wire by far.
I'm usually
I paid
not too
100
active
for-
on it, but this year I've been fucking hitting it a lot.
I paid 100 for him and then traded him. So that's cool.
I mean, right now as it stands, with him having a few bad weeks in a row, he's a wide receiver too. So worth.
Right. And I got
I
all the
didn't say it was
use
a
out of
bad
him.
move.
So
Yeah, it wasn't a bad move.
and then we can look at Prestige real
boy.
quick too. Mike, you might make the playoffs, huh?
This is beyond frustrating. I'm trying to throw, and nobody wants Hollywood.
If you win this week,
What am I playing?
Josh and
Oh boy.
who does Break Lights play? Swan. There's a
Swan.
chance you could be
Yeah,
if you win
I'd
and
love
Break
to
Lights
win.
loses, you're in the play. You might as well just send it, Mike.
I thought it's only 4 that get in the playoffs.
Yeah, only 4.
Yeah, but Break Lights and Josh are ahead of you.
Oh,
Well, Josh has to do
God.
something though too.
Oh, you're right because of the points. Never mind. You need them to both lose next week too. Let's see. Huh?
Oh,
It's
no.
possible, dude.
Oh god damn
Oh,
it! God
well,
damn it! I
You
gotta
need Break
play
Lights
you?
lose to Cole too.
But
You're
if
throwing
Break
it out
Lights
zone?
loses, I think the previous week, and he even beats Cole, that will put Break Lights at 7-7. If Mike wins twice, that will put him at 7-7. And how many is he done on Break Lights? 150.
150 or something.
Long shot.
Yeah, you're probably not. It sucks because you're not going to make the playoffs, and you're probably going to be the best team that doesn't.
But you see what I mean? He
Or
can't
second
pass
best
up
team,
you
yeah.
or Cole anyway, so he might as well have sent it because he's gonna get picked.
I
six
locked
or-
up the first seed. 2
Yeah.
weeks to go, and I'm down like 300 points. So
There's something I like about
Mike
this
could
game. I
have
think I have
maybe
3
passed
first
I
up
mean
round
the
Cole
picks.
first
for the
pick,
second
not the
pick.
first seed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He might have been able to pass up Cole for the second pick in the draft, but being that close to making the playoffs, it's almost worth it just to be like,
Who does Cole play?
I mean, I'm starting the best lineup I can
Randy.
every week.
Not much chance he beats Randy.
of course he fucking plays me because of literally everything
Then he
that's
plays
been
Cole.
able to
Or
go
plays Break.
easy for me so far. It has, but I'm
Which-
super nervous.
You're Playoffs might.
Dude, your
tough
fucking
then.
dingleberry schedule.
Yeah,
Can I see it
None
real
of you
quick?
guys could beat Swan.
I don't make
None
the
of you.
schedule, bro.
What was
None
your
of
schedule
you.
this year, Rander?
Can I look at his schedule easily?
Yeah, you can click on my team and then go
Yeah, I
week
think
to week. And like, I think you maybe
I know in the app you can, right?
maybe
do I
it's just
do?
'cause it's my team. I could look at it easy.
We can just damn.
Look, this is the point. Randy, week 1, played Boozer, who's 4-8, and at the time we were like, his team might not be that bad.
He
but
was
whatever,
one of
okay.
my like.
It's the
hard
Dark
hardest
horse.
2 players he played. You played Sheep, who's throwing,
Oof. I played him
and then you
once.
played Cole,
Oof.
who's throwing. And when you play those teams the first 3 weeks, those are
You
the
play
3
them
weeks
3
you play
again.
at the end of the year. So you play Boozer and
did-
Sheep, who are both 4-8, and
And
then
Cole.
Cole, who's even worse.
I
Who's
beat Keith
0-2.
last time.
And Bambi, I played too. We play everyone once, no matter what, right?
I got
Yeah,
to
and
play
then
Bambi twice, but I also played
But
Swan
you
and
play
Trey.
everyone. Yeah, you play everyone.
you
3
play
times.
everybody
Swan and
once, and then
Trey.
you play the same people you played the
3
first
times.
3 weeks.
Yeah, I got a super lucky.
So you
Yeah,
played
my week 1 was
Josh,
against Josh.
then you played TJ.
He might not have set his
You played
lineup
Keith.
that week.
So you had a rough week too. I at least had Bambi once, but I also had Swan and Trey, who are 2 really good teams. So
Defending champion Trey.
This is
It's interesting
about
to
what
watch.
we predicted, honestly. I think this
I mean,
is exactly what we predicted.
Swan has 2 losses, and I beat him both times. So
I think I had Boozer ahead of me
rough road.
going into the off season, and then I made a lot of moves right before the season started and made a
Oh,
lot
Mike,
better.
you gotta win, bro. You're in the playoffs in Dingleberry.
Oh, I know. I'm dying to win. I'm so
With
mad I
1,100
lost.
points.
These 2 are breathing right down your neck, man.
And TJ's playing me, and Keith's playing Josh. So I need Josh to win, and I need to
Well,
beat
yeah, that's
TJ.
huge that you're actually playing TJ. It definitely.
He did. He set his lineup though.
I would hope so.
He hasn't like a lot this year.
He's missed a couple weeks.
He definitely.
That being said, I've missed some weeks
He
and
set
certain
he
weeks
set
too.
his lineup against me and beat my ass. He's one of my 3 league fucking losses. So
It's not going to be easy. I love Deshaun's nickname. Innocent the whole time, I told you.
Yeah, you're projected to lose, dude.
ETN better kick some ass. St. Brown better do some Amon.
Are you nervous, Mike?
Super. Fucking sweating.
St. Brown.
I'm nervous about
Oh,
botheads, honestly.
I'm really excited about
I
tomorrow
was,
and scared.
After the past 2 weeks, I feel like I'm almost like not even. I don't even care anymore, man. I'm have such
whatever
bad
happens,
luck.
happens, right? You know what I
Right,
mean?
man. After the Kadarius Tony, and then last week being the 3rd highest scoring team and
Yeah, that's
losing,
fucking
like
shitty.
The ETN thing for me was the killer
yeah,
last
and
week.
ETN was on. Dude, I was the 3rd highest scoring team in botheads, and I lost with ETN in my lineup.
I was so
Yikes.
defeated when I went home from your house that night. I was like, dude.
ETN scores me 15, I win. You know what I mean? It's just so brutal. Go ahead, Randy. That what were you gonna say?
I don't remember.
Nice. You guys got any final words? I think I'm ready to wrap this up, man.
Yeah, it's getting late. We watching
Go
football now?
Travis Etienne.
Can't wait for the games tomorrow.
Go Deshaun Watson, because I've been rooting for you this whole time, buddy. If you see this, Deshaun, in your massage parlor.
If you see this, Deshaun, we're an hour and 40 minutes in. If you stuck around this long, like follow us on Twitter, Botheads Fantasy Football.
Please get on the
Botheads
stream. Get on the stream. We'll talk.
Yeah, dude, hit us up next Saturday. We'll have you on to talk about your game next week.
You're familiar with controversy. You'll be fine.
Yeah, Randy's just gonna say a bunch of crazy shit, and it'll be fine, dude. Nobody will know.
Dope.
Fuck yeah.
Dope.
You thinking about noonish tomorrow?
Mhm.
Fuck yeah, I'm about to. Ooh, Ravens about to win against Denver and their big linebacker in the poster.
Well, we'll be recording Monday, and we'll be back on Tuesday. So check us out, and yeah.
Always liking